A warm noon to all our weird audience. I, Anandev Singh, founder of Real Politic Mind, cordially welcomes you all today to our today's session. First thing first, before proceeding further, I would like to give a glimpse of our organization. Without digging deep, Real Politic Mind and organization. Our organization strives towards providing a platform to all the voices embedded in the young minds of our society. An organization by youngsters for youngsters whose every voice is fine it says. As you know, every voice matters. Today's session has a cascade of surprises, so I should start revealing them. एक एक करके, as blood is already pumping fast. आखिर गरम खून है. We just climb a step ahead of a wonderful yet infinite milestone. I am extremely honored, equally obliged to announce our collaboration with Youth Against Injustice Foundation, an organization which quests for eyes, which are reasoning and questioning against all the atrocities created by so-called stakeholders of society, and which has left no stone unturned to objectify its name. Now I would like to offer the dice to Avantika, Speaker of Organization Youth Against Injustice, for enlightening us.
Thank you, Anand. Hello and welcome. I'm Avantika, a volunteer from Youth Against Injustice Foundation and your host as well. It's a pleasure for us to collaborate with Real Poetic Mind for such a didactic and enlightening event. Now, I would like to talk about the platform through which we are working, that is Youth Against Injustice Foundation, founded by Mr. Piyush Monga, which is a community of youth who are working to eradicate injustice such as rape, false rape education, child abuse, and other such offense crime from our society. हमारी टीम्स एक तरफ जहां शहरी क्षेत्र में रेप और फॉल्स रेप एलिगेशंस पर जागरूकता कर रही है, वहीं जैसा कि आप सब लोग जानते हैं कि भारत की अधिकतर जनसंख्या ग्रामीण और ऐसे इलाकों में रहती है जहां शिक्षा महज नाम है. तो ऐसी जगहों पे रेप, फॉल्स रेप एलिगेशन और सेक्स एजुकेशन के बारे में जागरूकता कैसे पहुंचती. इसी सोच के साथ हमारे फाउंडर मिस्टर पीयूष मोंगा ने देश में 50,000 किलोमीटर से ज्यादा का साइकिल कैंपेन शुरू किया. इस साइकिल कैंपेन का मकसद भारत के हर कोने तक पहुंचकर मिशन यूथ अगेंस्ट रेप के बारे में लोगों को जागरूक करना है, जो अभी भी जारी है. Injustice is something from which our society is suffering every day. And if we are the one facing injustice, then we are the ones serving it. As a solution to this problem, we need to deal with the mentality. We need to deal we need to aware people, and that's what we are doing. We believe awareness is the first step for change, and change begins with us. Youth Against Rape is a mission under Youth Against Injustice Foundation. The sole purpose of the mission is to bring in a rape Bharat. Youth Against Rape is not just restricted to the girls. We also work for the boys who are accused of fake rape allegations. Now, I would like to hand over to Anant again.
Thank you so much for your blissful voice. When rational is added to rational, the result is rational. I mean, this collaboration has a fruitful result, as here we present to you an intriguing webinar with most valor and our nation's uttermost pride, our guest of honor. Sir and madam, you are really a fountainhead of inspiration. Thank you so much for joining us today. Our inquisitive mind always hunts for answers in pursuit of when, where, and how sorts of questions pertaining with our armed forces, how they are motivated, fearless, dedicated, their journey from cuts to lions. All such questions have got to get their answers. Goosebumps, guys. शौर्य की कहानी, शौर्य की जुबानी. Now over to Ashima.
Thank you so much, Anand, for giving me the pleasure. जान लिया था उन्होंने वतन से ज्यादा और कोई धर्म नहीं होता. जान लिया था उन्होंने वतन से ज्यादा और कोई धर्म नहीं होता. मानते थे वो वीर इस तिरंगे से बड़ा और कोई कफन नहीं होता. मानते थे वो वीर इस तिरंगे से बड़ा और कोई कफन नहीं होता. जय हिंद. Good evening to all the young minds. I am Ashima, the administrator of Real Politic Minds. I wholeheartedly welcome you all in today's webinar. जो लौट कर घर न आए, a tribute to all the Pulwama attack martyrs. I feel really delighted and honored to introduce our today's delegatories. Proudly introducing Major General Arvind Yadav, serving in Indian Army for last 34 years and has operated extensively in counterinsurgency in J&K and Northeast, including Kargil War, presently posted on eastern borders. Next up, we have a strong woman with us, Mrs. Shikha, wife of Martyr Major Rohit Kumar. She's an engineer and a content writer. Major Rohit Kumar was in the Army Aviation Corps of Indian Army, an exceptional pilot, qualified flying instructor, commissioned in artillery in 2009. Physically, he is not there with us, yet always there in our memories. And finally, introducing Major General Ranjit Singh, awarded with Commendation Card in 1998, Jewel of India Award in 2008, Vishisht Seva Medal in 2011, AVSM by President on 26th of January 2012. It's our honor to have such eminent personalities as our chief guest. A wholeheartedly thanks to all the chief guests for joining us and giving us a chance to listen to your views and your thoughts. Passing the podium to Anushka for the webinar introduction and a tribute. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ashima. So first of all, a very good evening to one and all present over here, honorable dignitaries and our respected audience. Jo Lord Kar Ghar Na Aaye isn't just an initiative limited to embark the remembrance and tribute to the Pulwama attack martyrs of 2019. It's a revolution by the youth to remember each count of breath that lost their life just to save the honor of motherland. Before going to present the factual information about today's webinar, let me just quote the heart of a soldier while fighting in the hills of Pulwama. आज लहू केसर बन जाए दुश्मन को ललकार मत, आज उठा बंदूक है भारत वीरों की जयकार कर। नमक हरामों की बस्ती में सात सपोले रहते हैं, केसर की सुंदर क्यारी में बम के गोले बोते हैं। राजनीति के गलियारों में गद्दारों की फौज खड़ी, जब भी आतंकी को मारो इनकी होती पीर बड़ी। संविधान की सीमाओं को किसने आज चुनौती दी, भारत के टुकड़े करने की किसने आज मनौती दी। गिन गिन कर हम बदला लेंगे भारत में स्वर एक कहे, आज शपथ है इस भारत को अब ना ये आतंक सहे। पूरा भारत देश दे रहा नम आंखों से आज विदाई, वीर शहीदों को प्रणाम रोक न सकोगे आज रुलाई। पुलवामा की धरती में जिन वीरों को खून जला, उनकी मां को नमन करें हम जिनको ये बलिदान मिला। Pulwama attack is one of the deadliest incidents happened in the Indian history in Jammu and Kashmir, in which more than 40 Central Reserve Police officers' personnel were martyred. The Pulwama attack happened on 14th February 2019, when a jet suicide bomber rammed the vehicle carrying over 100 kg of explosive into their bus in Pulwama district. The attack also left many critically wounded. The Pakistan-based terror group Jaish-e-Mohammed had claimed the responsibility for the attack. However, in return to this attack, India immediately responded. On February 26, 2019, a group of Mirage 2000 Indian Air Force fighter jets destroyed the major terrorist camp of JEM across the line of control. Now, on our part as the future of nation, we take a pledge that this struggle and martyrdom will never go in vain. We will bring that golden bird of India to shine every time at every pace. तुमने और मैंने खोदी वो सोने की चिड़िया, उसे वापस घर लेकर आएंगे। कहते हैं जब जब पुकारेगी ये धरती माँ, हम दौड़े चले आएंगे. Now, it's the most awaited part of the session. We all are busting out with the happiness, joy to listen to our eminent dignitaries and get an enlightenment to guide us on right path. As it's their wasihat जो हमें संभाल कर रखनी है. So now it's a time for the speeches of our honorable chief guest. I would like to call upon Major General Arvind Yadav, sir, to take up the role and shower our blessings upon us. Sir, over to you.
Sir, please unmute yourself.
Thank you. Good evening. Good evening, sir, and good evening, Shikha.
Good evening, General Yadav.
Very happy to be with the youngsters who are thinking in the right lines. There is nothing great what I can tell you about this, one of the most unfortunate incident which has taken place about 3 years back. I've been privy to number of operations. I've served for quite a long in these situations, faced them head to head. I'll tell you something a little different than this fervor of courage and other sentiments what we have just used. You know, this problem of terrorism is a very unique problem. This does not have a military answer. This is a political problem. All political problems can only be solved politically. Military, security forces, police, CRPF, other forces are tools in the hand of the power which it uses against the terrorists. Now, who are these terrorists? Whenever there is a dichotomy, there is a problem between two factions, there are always plus and minus. Both the parties are never ever on the same platform. So there would be a stronger power, that is the state, and there would be a weaker power, that is the people who are looking for a solution in their favor. Now the weaker power cannot actually meet head to head with the stronger power. So they use this tool of terrorism to hurt the stronger power at places where it pains. The act of terrorism have no boundaries. Nothing defines them. They don't fall under any rules, regulations. However, the police, security forces, other forces which are operating, they work under a particular terms of reference, under particular rules and regulations. Till now, in the history of the world, nowhere ever the problem of terrorism has been solved using the military power. In Ireland, it ran for almost 200 years plus. In Northeast, it's still running on. The problem is that we are looking for a military solution to a political problem. And more so, whenever it comes into a democratic society, the problems are more. The political hierarchy changes after some time. So people who have to take decision, they change. And all the political groups, political factions have different ways of thinking and different ways of handling these issues. Most political parties are only looking at their vote banks, how to utilize it for their vote banks. They have nothing to do to solve the issue. Actually, the issue was created through a political problem, and for last 70 years, it is running as a political problem. Pakistan has found via media, they have found a ready-made solution here, so they are supporting it. It happens everywhere. Whenever I have an enemy who is a bigger enemy, I will try to use my helpers, my people who like me, my friends, and same is being done by the China now. Because again, that natural system, you can't hit directly with a stronger power. Now in this terrorism scene, all the parties have their roles to play. The local public has a role to play. The police or the other paramilitary forces have a role to play. The political hierarchy has a role to play. There are so many stakeholders. The basic problem lies that all the stakeholders cannot be brought onto a same platform where they think alike, they act alike. Maybe there is a solution if all these people think alike or act alike. That is not likely to happen, and that has never ever happened in the history. So we are going to live with it. There is a problem on both sides of our country. There are problems which are now coming up inside the country. They will be there. They have the political backing. These are the baggage democracy carries. We are paying a heavy price for our democracy. So we got to learn to live with it. That is how Pulwama happened. There was a group of forces, CRPF people traveling. There was complacency. I agree. I agree, and I confess that since we are fighting this insurgency for 40 years plus, it creates a bit of complacency also. Initially, things were quite tight and then it becomes a little loose. Then somebody gave a good example that हमारे देश में तो कोने कोने में गद्दार बैठे हैं, and they are being used directly or indirectly by Pakistan and the terrorists. Such incidents have not gone anywhere. We tried to give it an answer. We gave an answer in Uri, we gave an answer in Balakot. I don't think that this is going to create much of a change. Yes, it is going to put them on a back foot. They got to reorganize again, but I'm 100% sure these people will get together, their act again, and we might again face similar kind of situation. So where does the solution lie? The solution lie with the common man. We got to think alike. We got to get in people who are thinking of resolving it. In a democracy, it's quite difficult because we have a very wide canvas of problems. I mean, terrorism is restricted to a part of the country. We have problems. We have food problem. We have poverty problems. We have education problems. We have health problems. Now suddenly, when COVID came, everything went on a back seat, and we all were fighting COVID. Once COVID goes away, I don't think so. This COVID is also like a terrorism. We got to live with it, and we got to learn to live with it. I'll tell you something, a little psychology about the courage, bravery. I mean, it is imbibed. All you young people, I can see your faces, some of you, everybody has this courage. It's a chance that I got into the forces, I'm wearing a uniform, and I get a chance to show it somewhere. This chance be given to any one of you. You boys and girls are going to do even better than what we have done or people are doing. It is in us. Our people who fought for so many years. Firstly, they fought against the Britishers. Then we are fighting this insurgency for long. We have fought 5 wars. So this is inbuilt. ये हमारे खून में है. ये हमारे खून के अंदर है. कोई भी आदमी बहादुरी दिखा सकता है, उसको मौका मिलने की जरूरत है. मोटिवेशन बहुत जरूरी चीज है और हमारा एक सबसे मेजर टास्क है ऑफिसर लेवल का कि अपने जवानों को मोटिवेटेड रखना, उनको स्वस्थ रखना, उनकी ट्रेनिंग अच्छी रखना ताकि वक्त आने पर वो सही तरीके से सही कार्रवाई कर पाए. जनरली हम आर्मी को या फोर्सेस को सोसाइटी से थोड़ा अलग देखते हैं. ऐसा नहीं है. ये ब्रिटिशर्स का बनाया हुआ लेगेसी है. Britishers wanted it to stay away from the society because they were using the Indian army as British Indian army against their enemies. We never fought with any enemy of India. Before 47, we were fighting in Gallipoli in Spain and France somewhere. I don't know with whom all, where we had no, I mean, there were no stakes for us. So they wanted to keep it away. But I'll tell you, the forces are a reflection of the society. Whatever happens in the society, it happens in the forces. The economy opened in the 90s and the same reflections came in the society. The awareness which came up, the social media which has come up now, the way we are speaking on telephones and sitting together far away and we are expressing ourselves. Now this revolution of technology, it reflects here also. So the values which are there in society, the same values are reflected in the forces. What happens is in the forces, since we are focused, we keep these values intact, and time to time we keep these values sharpened. We keep it alive. However, in the civil society, what happens is in the day-to-day life, running around, jobs and other things, these things they go somewhere in the on a sideline. But we have to keep it in front because my primary aim is to fight. So I got to get this straight, and it should always be in my mind. We have some wonderful soldiers, all are wonderful soldiers, our officers. I mean, till now in 34 years, I have not seen a single guy who is scared of going to fight and who has not shown the mettle, what he has. and especially the young officers. The captains and majors of this Indian army are the pillars on which this army stands. We are becoming history. We are here to guide them. Sometime we were there and we were looking forward to our generals. Now these people are looking forward to us. So it is our personal duty to stand up to their expectations. If they are doing that part, I have to do the part to guide them and lighten them. The society has to change itself. I mean, it is the army of the nation. It is not the army of a party or a political party or the government. No, army belongs to the nation. I'm fighting for the nation. I'm not fighting for anybody else. I'm fighting for you people. A soldier who is dying on the border, he is not dying for anybody else other than you people and the nation. So this national fervor has to be alive, and you are the future. You are organizing such beautiful programs where people are connected and we are sharing our views with each other. I think the future lies there. I'll not take much time. I'll give a chance to everybody. But if somebody has a question or something to ask, I'll be able to answer that. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, sir, for having belief in the new generation and the belief you have in us. We promise to keep your legacy. सर आपने बिल्कुल सही कहा कि जो हमारे यंगस्टर्स हैं और जो हमारे जो आर्मी में जो नए नए लोग आ रहे हैं उनके अंदर वो जोश है। तो मैं कुछ शब्द कहना चाहूंगी सर आपके लिए। दिल से निकलेगी न मरकर भी वतन की उल्फत, मेरी मिट्टी से भी खुशबू ए वफा आएगी, मैं उठा लूंगा बड़े शौक से उसको सर पर, खिदमत ए कौम ओ वतन में जब बला आएगी। अब मैं इन्हीं शब्दों के साथ अक्षित हमारे यूथ अगेंस्ट इनजस्टिस फाउंडेशन के वॉलंटियर और एक बेहतरीन लेखक को उनकी स्वरचित कविता एक फौजी का प्रस्तुति करने के लिए आमंत्रित करूंगी। अक्षित, प्लीज टर्न ऑन योर माइक।
हेलो, जय हिंद सभी को। मेरा नाम अक्षित है और मैं वाईएफ का एक मेंबर हूँ और साथ में एक छोटा सा कलमकार हूँ। शायद मैं शब्दों में बयान ना कर पाऊँ कि हमारे लिए कितने गर्व की बात है कि आज हमारे बीच में देश के शूरवीर हैं। मैं तहे दिल से शुक्रिया करता हूँ कि आज समय निकाल कर सर हमारे बीच में आए और इतने अच्छे वर्ड्स सर ने हमें बताए। तो मैं एक छोटी सी कविता एक फौजी का जीवन प्रस्तुत करने से पहले कुछ पंक्तियां कहना चाहूंगा। ये मेरी नहीं है, ये ऐसे हैं कुछ। जिस दिन तू शहीद होगा, जिस दिन तू शहीद होगा, तेरी माँ भी कितना रोई होगी और वो गोली भी तेरे सीने में उतरने से पहले ना जाने कितना रोई होगी। तो मैं अब अपनी कविता पर चलता हूँ जिसका शीर्षक है एक फौजी का जीवन। चलो तुम्हें एक कहानी सुनाता हूँ, चलो तुम्हें एक कहानी सुनाता हूँ, प्यार की एक अलग दीवानगी पर लेकर जाता हूँ। चलो समय के पहिए को कुछ साल पीछे लेकर चलते हैं, जो अनकही कहानी है आज उसको सुनते हैं। तो हुआ जन्म एक सिपाही का, था लाडला वो माँ का, उसकी खुशी में हंस लेती थी वो और गम में उसके रो लेती थी वो। पूछती थी अपने लाल से, वो माँ अपने लाल से पूछती थी कि ऐसा करेगा कौन सा काम जिससे होगा रोशन मेरा नाम। वो छोटा बच्चा था तो उसने भी बड़ा इतला कर कहा, माँ मैं फौजी बनूंगा। समय का साथ उसकी तैयारी भी बढ़ने लगी, समय के साथ उसकी तैयारी भी बढ़ने लगी। तो सपना उसने देखा था वो पूरा होने को आया था और देश की रखवाली का जिम्मा आखिर उसने भी तो अपने कंधों पर उठाया था। खुशी के आंसू रोई थी। अब माँ के लिए तो वही होता है कि अगर उसके बेटे का सपना पूरा हो जाए तो वही उसके लिए सब कुछ होता है। तो खुशी के आंसू रोई थी वो जब भेजने का वक्त आया था, पापा जल्दी आएंगे, पापा जल्दी आएंगे, खिलौने साथ में लाएंगे। एक पत्नी हर रात लोरी अपने बेटे को सुनाती थी। और जो उसकी पत्नी थी वो एक तरीके से खुद को भी संतावना देती थी कि हाँ वो जल्दी आएंगे और साथ में अपने बेटे को लोरी भी सुनाती थी कि पापा जल्दी आएंगे, खिलौने साथ में लाएंगे। एक पत्नी हर रात लोरी अपने बेटे को सुनाती थी। देश की भूमि भी मानो पलके बिछाए उसी के इंतजार में बैठी थी। वो फौजी वो बेटा, इसे मैंने बचपन और जवानी दोनों को लिंक करा है। वो फौजी वो बेटा जो कभी अंधेरे में अकेला डरता था ना, आज बेबाक सरहद पर खड़ा था। जो कभी किसी के लहू देखकर सहम सा जाता था, जो कभी लहू देखकर सहम सा जाता था, आज आंखों में लहू लिए दुश्मन हिंद को रौंदने खड़ा है। अरे जो शहादत के लिए तत्पर हो उसके लिए क्या दिन क्या रात थे। फिर आया समय वीर कहलाने का, और वो था ना नन्हा सिपाही, न जाने किधर से, पर आज आंखों में आक्रोश लिए खड़ा था। फिर हुआ वो जिसने मातृभूमि तक को हिला डाला, उस वीर के विराट सीने पर, को एक गोली थी भेद गई, क्षण भर को सांस भी उसका साथ थी छोड़ गई। फिर वो उठा, खुद को संभाला। अब एक हर फौजी शूरवीर होता है, वो उठा, खुद को संभाला, और दुश्मने हिंद का विनाश किया, और छोड़ इस धरा को तिरंगे की शान बन गया। पूरा देश रोया था जनाब, पूरा देश रोया था जब एक फौजी माँ भारती की गोद में सोया था। घर उसका अस्थि कलश भी आया था, जिसने तिरंगे के सम्मान बढ़ाया था। फिर उस दिन एक बेटे ने चुना ये अग्निपथ, बोला इटलाकर, माँ मैं भी पापा की तरह फौजी बनूंगा। शुक्रिया, जय हिंद।
Thank you so much, Akshat. Really, the poem full of emotions, full of literally the heart that you poured into your words. Now I feel myself more blessed, yet more of delighted. I don't have words what to mention to call upon the stage Mrs. Shikha Ma'am, wife of Martyr Major Rohit Kumar sir, to give us the enlightenment, to enlighten us with her words. Ma'am, over to you.
Good evening, everyone. Anushka,
Can
am I
you,
audible?
Yes, ma'am, you are audible.
Okay.
can you also hear me, please?
Yes, sir.
Can you also hear me?
Yes, sir. We are able to hear you,
Yes,
sir.
well, thank you. Thank you.
Good evening. So I've been introduced, but then I would like to just introduce myself just one more time. So my name is Shikha, and I'm proud wife of Martyr Major Rohit Kumar, who, along with his co-pilot Major Anuj Rajput, made the supreme sacrifice on 21st of September 2021, that is last year. So my husband was on an operational combat exercise sortie when unfortunately the chopper crashed. So before I begin, I would just like to say a few lines for him. And these are not my lines, I have read them somewhere. So, and these lines are dedicated to him and all his brother aviators who are now flying in heaven. So, should my end come when I'm in flight, whether brightest day or the darkest night, spare me a pity and shrug off the pain, secure in the knowledge that I'd do it again. For each of us is created to die, and within me, I know I was born to fly. So these lines, they remind me of my husband. He loved flying. He was an aviator. He loved flying, and he used to always tell me कि शेखा, जब मैं सॉटी पे जाता हूँ तो मुझे नहीं पता मैं आज जा रहा हूँ तो मैं वापस आऊंगा कि नहीं आऊंगा. उनकी ये सब बातें बहुत हर्ट करती थी, मुझे बहुत डर लगता था. But being a Fauji's wife, the one thing that our husbands teach us is resilience and strength, the strength to hold the fort while they are gone. Though I did not know that my husband's words would come true so soon. So if I can just talk about him a little, I would love to take some time. So thank you. So he was commissioned in the year 2009, and he was commissioned in artillery. Then after serving in the arty for a few years, he realized that he could fly, and he opted for army aviation. Exceptional, turned out to be flying just became instantly his passion. He just loved to fly. Went on to do instructor's course. So not only he was a very excellent aviator, he was teaching flying to young officers as well. So one thing that I really admired about my husband, and I think it is for all the soldiers, like all those who are serving, is their passion for what they do. आप किसी भी फौजी से पूछिए कि वो अपनी जॉब क्यों करते हैं, वो they will never say that it's for money, it's for salary, it's pure passion. Because money can only motivate you just a little bit. After that, the condition in which our soldiers, our officers, and our jawans are doing their duty are so difficult that, the motivation has to be much higher than just money. So for them, it's pure patriotism. And as a Fauji wife, that patriotism sort of rubs on all of us also. We also know that, for our husbands, it's the country first, always and foremost. It's their duty first. And rest, their family, their own personal commitments, their own life comes much later. So when on 24th September, it was a very normal day. My husband got ready to go for his flying, and in fact, he sort of cracked a joke on me. But little did I know that was the last time I was seeing him. And they took off for their sortie. Major Anuj Rajput and my husband, Major Rohit Kumar, took off for their sortie. And while I did not know what had happened, the chopper crashed at around 11 a.m. It happened to be a Tuesday, and it happened at Patni Top. At around 12:30, two ladies from the flight came to tell me that my husband had met with an accident. So instantly I could feel immense panic and dread creeping in, but then I was holding on to the hope that maybe it's just an accident, it's just, maybe he'll have a few broken bones, and or maybe just he will be in a lot of blood or something like that. I did not know that my husband could not even make it alive out of the aircraft. When he was brought out, he had already passed away. I got to know that much later. So he made the supreme sacrifice of giving up his life, of discharging his duties. And when his tricolor was given to me, as I don't know if the kids here know this, when a soldier comes after being martyred, they're wrapped in a tricolor. So when his tricolor was given to me, I got immediately reminded of something that he had told me a few years back. He used to tell me that, Shikha, I'm a soldier. And हर फौजी का एक सपना होता है कि यार वापस आऊं तो मैं तिरंगे में ही आऊंगा. मुझे ऐसे नहीं आना है मेरे को. I don't want to die, because of some disease or something like that. So I used to tell him कि यार रोहित तुम ना बहुत फिल्मी हो यार, मतलब ऐसे कौन बोलता है. But I guess that's how soldiers are. They are tuned like that. As much as I am in grief of losing my husband, I'm immensely proud of the fact that he went away doing that, something that he absolutely was passionate about. He absolutely loved flying. He loved his overalls, the flying overalls that he used to wear while the aviators are supposed to wear flying overalls while they're flying. So he was wearing his uniform. He was the pilot of the aircraft. Though it's very heart-wrenching and heartbreaking that both my husband, Major Rohit, and excuse me. Just give me a second. Yeah, sorry. So it's very heartbreaking that Rohit and Major Anuj Rajput could not make it. But I'm very, very proud of what they have done for the nation. And I just hope if their story, out of all the people who are present here, all the kids, the new generation of kids that are present here today, if it just ends up inspiring even one or two, I think their job is done. They went gloriously. I mean, when we think about it, each of us, everybody has to die. But then very few people are called martyrs. Very few do end up doing what they did. So I'm immensely proud, and I hope and I pray to God that no other family, no other officers, they go through what we are as a family going through, and many martyrs family go through. But that's it. That's all I have to say.
Ma'am, sorry to interrupt. I don't know, you can see the faces. Already I am shaking with full of every teenager here present is in tears. I don't know why. So first of all, guys, to our audience, can we just unmute and give a round of applause to the courage that ma'am possesses? So ma'am, let's move on. Ma'am, the courage you possess to present this in front of us. Also, I can you pause, please? Thank you. Ma'am, I can't have words to describe, but I know that Sir is in the divine place of the God and is blessing us with his blessing us even the love story you guys possess. It's an inspiration in itself, ma'am. So over to you, Avantika Di, for the continuation. Thank you so much, ma'am.
You're most welcome.
Very nice. The way you presented it, it's just perfect. I don't have words for that. And I think hearing your story, I think certainly it is said that the wives of army officers may not wear the uniform, but she serves the nation too. I would like to invite a very fine artist among us, Miss Nikki Devendra Singh, to present her poem Faujan, specially dedicated to you and her other couplets. Nikki, please turn on your mic.
जी, क्या आप मुझे सुन पा रहे हैं सब? तो देखिए, मुझे बहुत कुछ बोलना था, काफी कुछ तो मैं भूल चुकी हूँ। हालांकि मुझे ये कहानी सुनकर दुख तो है, पर उससे ज्यादा मुझे गर्व महसूस हो रहा है, तो दैट्स व्हाई आई एम स्माइलिंग। और तो शुरू करते हैं। और पहले तो सब अपना जो हिम्मत है उसको इकट्ठा करें, क्योंकि अभी ऑल स्माइल्स प्लीज। तो आदरणीय महोदय एवं महोदया, आप सभी को मेरा नमस्कार। मुझे बहुत अच्छा लग रहा है कि आज मैं आप सबके आगे अपनी प्रस्तुति दे पा रही हूँ। तो और पुलवामा के जो हमारे शहीद हैं उन्हें एक भावभीनी मेरी तरफ से और हम सब की तरफ से श्रद्धांजलि। तो फौज से ना एक्चुअली मेरा कोई खास नाता है, क्योंकि मेरे नाना से लेकर पापा, भाई, ताऊ, कजन, हमारे यहाँ बहुत फौजी हैं। और ऊपर से मैं हरियाणा से हूँ, तो हरियाणा में बहुत फौजी रहे हैं। तो फौज का मैं शहीदी का तो नहीं महसूस कर सकती हूँ, लेकिन हाँ, फौजी के जो परिवार है उनकी फीलिंग में महसूस कर सकती हूँ। और मैं कविताएं लिखती हूँ, तो जब मैं आपको सुनाऊंगी तो मैं सभी का एक ध्यान मेरी तरफ चाहूंगी और उम्मीद करूंगी कि आप सबको ये पसंद आए। तो शुरू करते हैं। मैं अपनी एक शायरी से शुरू करना चाहूंगी, कृपया ध्यान दीजिएगा कि मिट्टी को पहले जान को बाद लिखते हैं, मिट्टी को पहले जान को बाद लिखते हैं, तिरंगे को शान, फौज को फौलाद लिखते हैं भारत को माँ भी हम हिंदुस्तान को अक्सर जिंदाबाद लिखते हैं, जिंदाबाद लिखते हैं। तो इसके बाद में अभी मैंने कुछ समय पहले एक कविता लिखी थी। उस कविता का शीर्षक है फौजन। फौजन नहीं कहेंगे उसको, फौजन ही कहेंगे, क्योंकि हिंदी में ऐसा कोई शब्द नहीं होता है। हरियाणवी में एक शब्द है फौजन, फौजी की पत्नी को फौजन कहा जाता है हमारे यहाँ। तो उसी पर हिंदी में मैं कविता पढ़ना चाहूंगी कि एक फौजन के मन की जो भावनाएं हैं वो क्या महसूस करती है, वो मैंने कैसे महसूस की अपनी मम्मी को देखकर और अपनी भाभी को देखकर। तो उसी के ऊपर मैंने कुछ लिखा है, ध्यान दीजिएगा कि शुरुआत ऐसे है कि सरहद हुई एक देश की, एक हम दोनों के दरमियान है, कि सरहद हुई एक देश की, एक हम दोनों के दरमियान है, तलवार चलती है दूरियों की, तेरे इश्क की परमयान है, एक डर भी है उस फोन का, कलेजा जो चीर जाएगा, एक बार जो तू चला गया तो छुट्टी क्या फिर से आएगा, कि एक बार जो तू चला गया तो छुट्टी क्या फिर से आएगा, बच्चे भी हैं इंतजार में, कि बच्चे भी हैं इंतजार में, माँ को भी है सुकून नहीं, पर याद रखिए देश का है अपना तेरा ये खून नहीं। कि अपना तेरा ये खून नहीं, एक और जल रहा है चूल्हा, एक आग मेरे सीने में है, कुछ रगों में है ये घर, कुछ हिंद तेरे पसीने में है, कहीं ठंड है बर्फ की, कहीं जलती हुई ये रेत है, तेरी जरूरत बस यही पानी चाहे जू खेत है। कि पानी चाहे जू खेत है। फिर अंत में कुछ ऐसा है, सुनेगा कि अरदास में है नाम तेरा, तू फौजी मेरे आबाद रहे। कि अरदास में है नाम तेरा, तू फौजी मेरे आबाद रहे, पहले रहे ये हिंद सदा, फिर तू भी जिंदाबाद रहे, फिर तू भी जिंदाबाद रहे, फिर तू भी जिंदाबाद रहे। अब जाने से पहले मेरी एक और शायरी जो अभी मैंने कुछ समय पहले ही लिखी थी, इनफैक्ट आज ही लिखी थी, उसके बाद में मैं आपको ज्यादा समय नहीं लूंगी आपका। तो ये एक और ये पड़ोसियों को जवाब है भारत की तरफ से कि जिस दिन होगी बौछार तेरी, जिस दिन होगी बौछार तेरी, बिजली बन हिंद गरजेगा। कि जिस दिन होगी बौछार तेरी, बिजली बन हिंद गरजेगा, चिंगारी की कोशिश की तो ज्वाला बनकर वो बरसेगा। ध्यान चाहूंगी कि जिस दिन होगी बौछार तेरी, बिजली बन हिंद गरजेगा, चिंगारी की कोशिश की तो ज्वाला बनकर वो बरसेगा, दिन नहीं है दूर सनम इंतजार कर उस अरसे का, हम लिख देंगे अंदाज नया और तू स्याही को तरसेगा। कि हम लिख देंगे अंदाज नया और तू स्याही को तरसेगा, तू स्याही को तरसेगा। बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद, मुझे बहुत अच्छा लग रहा है। और जैसे हमारे महोदय ने बातें बताई, उनसे बहुत इंस्पायर भी हुई हूँ मैं, और उम्मीद मैं भी यही करूंगी कि मेरे जाने के बाद मेरी लिखाई से जरूर मुझे पहचाना जाए, और हम सब कुछ ऐसा करें कि दुनिया हमें याद रखे। अमर होना इसी ही कहते हैं। कोई कहता है ना कि इंसान मर जाता है, नहीं, इंसान जिंदा रहता है अपने कर्मों से। ये मेरा मानना है। बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। जय हिंद।
What a magnificent piece presented by you, Nikki. I don't think we can get a more magnificent movement to share with Madam. So, ma'am, it was all dedicated to you and the courage you possess to inspire us. Being a girl, it's an honor of pride for all the female present over here. You are not just an inspiration for us, but a light that we are getting, the ray of hope, the ray of desire, the ray of guiding us, that the days are not always greener. Sometimes we need to come through the different movements of life, but it's on us how to make that greener, how to make that favorable for us. So
Anushka, I would like to say one thing here.
Sure, ma'am.
So, the most wonderful life lessons, and it's so weird because my husband was just 2 years older to me, but he was so wise for his years and so balanced and so calm. So, one of the things that he taught me, and I would not, and now I say that he taught me. Back then I used to say, yaar, bore mat karo, matlab, how couples are. So we were like that only. So he used to tell me that, Shikha, resilience is not a choice. It's not a choice for anyone. Anything that happens in your life, it should not shake you, no matter the circumstances. And I know, sometimes it's easier said than done. Even in my condition right now, I'm telling you this, but then at times it's very difficult. But when his words echo in my mind, when I see that my husband, was stood up with such dignity, went away with such dignity, went away in so much glory, and बोलते हैं ना कि सिर्फ शहीद ही है जो अमर होते हैं, हम में से कोई अमर नहीं है, सिर्फ शहीद ही अमर होते हैं। तो जब मुझे उनकी बातें याद आती हैं, जब मुझे लगता है कि life, because I have a daughter, I have a 3.5-year-old daughter, and I have to live my life and give her the life that her father wanted her to have, with the same principles, with the same dignity and honor that both of us together would have done for her. I have to do it myself now. So when I'm reminded of all his words, I just want to tell all the young kids out here, where you guys are like pretty much younger to me. So I just want to tell you all that life will throw a lot of hurdles, a lot of obstacles, and sometimes you just feel that there is no hope, and there's so much despair around you. Let me tell you, when you're at the bottom of the valley, the view is always obscured. So don't take the bottom of the valley as the end of the destination. It is just a phase, and you can come out of it. So no matter what, please just keep in mind that every obstacle, no matter how big, can be handled. Just keep your calm and keep a broader perspective about life. That few bad days does not mean that you have a bad life. A bad phase does not mean I have a bad life. And this is just for the youngsters here. I hope you understand that resilience is something that you all need to have, and it's a skill that can be developed over time.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Your message is not just a message for this youth. It's a more of a guiding part that we are listening to. Although sir is not present with us physically, but mentally and through the voice of yours, we can know how the incredible personality sir possesses.
He
So,
was. He was
exactly.
amazing, yes. He was wonderful. He was very warm, and I wish I could show you, like his pictures, but someday I would definitely. He had the kindest smile on his face always. He was just the most warmest, and the most, the kind of person who would just bring light to a room. The moment he used to enter, everybody wanted to talk to him. He was just so nice and so jovial. So yes, of course, I miss him, and I wish he was, of course, there with me. But destiny is not something that we can control. If it's something is meant to happen, it will. But yes, I'm very proud. I keep repeating it, so that I'm extremely proud of what he has done, of how he made the sacrifice. Extremely proud, and his sacrifice, his life, his principles, the things that we shared are now what is giving me strength to handle the situation as best as I possibly can right now.
Excuse me, ma'am. Sorry to interrupt. May I ask you a question?
Yeah, sure. Please go ahead.
Ma'am, you knew so many difficulties would come, and the phase you are in right now, you were somewhere or the other mentally prepared that this may happen. So, ma'am, what are the factors that led you to be a army wife?
Uh, Aditi, see, I'll tell you one thing. There's nothing in this world that can prepare you mentally for such a thing. We as army wives know that the husband's job is a high risk job, um, and anything can happen at any time. But then ultimately, it's someone that we love so much. So nothing can ever mentally prepare you for it. I guess, I know it will sound very Bollywood romanticized notion. I guess it's just love. It's for love that you get with the person. And me and my husband, like, we were together for 11 years. We were married for 9. And uh, so I think all army wives, if there are any, watching me right now, they will agree to one thing. We all do it out of love for our husbands. We know that, their first love is their country, their first love is their service, and they are our love. So we do it for them. We hold the fort, we run the show behind the scenes, behind the curtains, because so that they can focus on what is important for the country and what is important for them. So the underlying theme of this entire thing is the commitment and the love. Their commitment has to be supported by our commitment towards them, our commitment towards our family. So that's how you run the entire thing. I mean, but yeah, nothing can ever prepare you for something like this.
Oh, thank you, ma'am. Your words are really inspiring, and I totally get your answer. And I wish if someday I encounter death, I die as gloriously as Sir did.
I
And,
wish
and
so
we are
too. I wish so
we are
too.
very proud of Sir.
Thank you so
And,
much.
and we
I'm
are
proud of
even
him
more
too.
proud of you for sharing it because it takes a lot of guts.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Ma'am, we as a youth promise you that even we can inculcate even 1% of the courage that sir and you possess. That would be the day we can say that we are successful at any pace. So
Thank you
now,
so much.
thank you so much, ma'am. So now, although I am no one to ask for the speeches presented by such an eminent personalities, because the aura you all possess is in itself a matter of pride. I feel honored to call upon now Major General Ranjit Singh sir to grace his to grace the knowledge of his words upon us. Thank you so much.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir, you are audible. You can
Okay.
go ahead.
Good evening, everyone. At the outset, I'd like to salute the 40 martyrs and, of course, definitely our two heroes, Major Rohit and Major Rajput, and the great courage of Sakshi, there's no doubt, and other soldiers and officers who have laid down their lives in various operations. Friends, I could hear half my talk of General Yadav. I'm very thankful to the foundation for having invited me on this great occasion. There's no doubt, Youth Against Injustice Foundation. You're doing a wonderful job. One should continue doing such kind of things. And friends, General Yadav might have also told you a lot of things, but let me slightly repeat some of the things. That India has got three enemies. Number one enemy, China, not Pakistan. Be very clear. Number one enemy, China, who has been promoting insurgency through our seven sisters of Northeast, supplying all kinds of weapons, missiles to Pakistan, and now, of course, funding Pakistan, CPEC, China-Pak Economic Corridor. Second is Pakistan. Third is the Naxals inside the country. This is a major enemy today. Whatever progress India is having, I'm telling frankly, suppose if we can control the third enemy, we could avoid very many of our deaths of our great heroes and martyrs. I'm telling you. Because they are getting protection inside the country. So my dear young students, please try to find out who are these third kind of enemies group, whether they are Naxal, whether they are urbans, whether they are whatever. And some of the universities are also having these kind of elements. They are not loyal to our country. It's a fact of life. Today the world is facing a lot of problems, and so is India. Today, if India doesn't stand, our Jawans and our officers will continue laying down their lives. And we people definitely, what our Chetwood motto, the safety, honor, and welfare of the country come first, always and every time. That's what Major Rohit and Rajput also did this. The safety of the men we command comes next. Our own ease and comfort, our family comfort come last, always and every time. This is the kind of motto, this is the kind of training given to us. So therefore, we'll keep laying down our lives. But these lives can be reduced. I could hear General Yadav touching these at the end of his speech. So therefore, thousands and thousands of soldiers, even before independence, 26,000 soldiers laid down their life in INA, Netaji Subhas Army. In fact, in my words, I think he was the first prime minister. His 11 countries given recommendation and sanctioned his government. And he was a very strong man. You can't forget him. Therefore, the martyr sacrifices cannot be forgotten. Everybody should read. Even, I'm just giving an example, Major Hoshar Singh. That time he was company commander. Major Hoshar and Lieutenant Arun Khetarpal, 71, war, Battle of Basantar. They killed their CO of the opposite enemy, Pakistan. And 2 दिन के बाद उनके जवानों ने रिक्वेस्ट किया कि हमारे सीओ की डेड बॉडी दे दीजिए क्योंकि हमारी पलटन डिसबैंड हो जाएगी. This is the kind of courage our jawans and officers have. Within 400 meters in 71 war, Battle of Basantar, 2 Paramveer Chakras, Major Hoshar Singh and Lieutenant Arun Khetarpal. So therefore, you read enough of material, I'm telling you, which is a fact through various books and articles. But definitely, my dear students, please try to understand the third enemy which is biting our country's progress. Dr. Kalam had said, this decade is the economic decade of our country. But this economic decade, we can progress, provided we understand the third enemy. It's very important. Of course, General Yadav had mentioned whether it is Uri or Balakot. Today, the defense forces have taken aggressive posture. Friends, some time back, this is not the case. This was not the case. पहले चाहे China आए, चाहे Pakistan आए, we used to have that compromising attitude. Army was same. 62 war, we have not lost the war, my dear young students. It was a political defeat. Country, the nation must know this. We had Major Shaitan Singh and 111, 112 जवान in Haryana के वो बच्ची का मैंने सुना था कविता 112 soldiers killed almost 1000 Chinese. Battle of Rezangla. ये वर्ल्ड में पढ़ाई जाती है बच्चों, माय डियर स्टूडेंट्स. क्या कोई सोच सकता है एक मेजर और 112 जवान हजारों चाइनीज को मार सकते हैं? बट द एयर फोर्स वाज नेवर अलाउड. नो, विड्रॉ करते जाओ, विड्रॉ करते जाओ. एंड द मोरल वाज ब्रॉट डाउन. Of course, we took the revenge in 65, 71, and the army can create history. Even the Indian army has taught a lesson to China even. Doklam mein kya hua? Doklam is in Bhutan. We kicked them out from Doklam. Galwan mein same. We have not lost anything in Galwan. China knows very well. Indian soldiers, nobody can defeat. Nobody can defeat Indian soldiers. There's no doubt, friends. So therefore, today India is on the upper side. There's no doubt. And China and Pakistan, they have come to know. Today India is not the same what we were in 62. आप कुछ करेंगे उसका डबल होगा, रिटर्न मिलेगा. And then defense wise, my dear friends, you must know India is picking up. Of course, India in the time to come should become part of Security Council as per G4. Brazil, India, Japan, and Germany. Out of this, India is on top. We should form part of Security Council. India has got very large defense force. India has got a large economy. We will touch around $5 trillion in the next 1 or 2 years. There's no doubt. Today, $400 billion export during Corona period. India has exported. It's not a small thing, my dear students. And almost 300 defense equipment items are being made in India. And after 2024, 70-60% defense equipment will not be imported from outside. Today they are banking on America, France, Russia, or South Korea, or Japan. You will see in IT in next 2-3 years, my dear young students. Let us see the brighter side of India and make the leadership more strong so that our youth, they are job givers, not job seekers. Coming back to the point, 62, 70, 65, 71, and of course Kargil war and these skirmishes. India has taken now a aggressive posture, beyond doubt. Whether it is Dawood, whether it is Jaish-e-Mohammed, they are taken in UNO. And India's point of view is listened there in UNO. The quadrilateral, America, Japan, India, and Australia. We had the biggest exercise, Malabar exercise in Indian Ocean. India is a dominating leader today. चाहे वो यूक्रेन में झगड़ा है, इंडिया की सुनी जाती है. और ग्लासगो में भी ग्लोबल वार्मिंग के अगेंस्ट मीटिंग हुआ. India was a leader there. One sun, one grid, and one Modi. This is the kind of words spoken there. So today your country is on a different platform. Can we declare that today the best equipments, M777 howitzer, Chinook, Apache, MH Romeo helicopters from USA, best kind of helicopters. MH Romeo can hit the submarine. It has got a torpedo facility. We were not having 10 years back. Even we have got the bulletproof jacket. Now it's being made in India. We are making tanks in India. The Tejas fighter jet double engine is being made in India. The BrahMos, very soon you will be exporting even to Philippines and Vietnam and many more other countries. जो डिफेंस इक्विपमेंट 300 पर इंडिया ने बैन लगा दिया after 2024, you will be supplying these to other countries. So it is other way around now, and lakhs and lakhs of youth will definitely get chance. So let us see the brighter side. There's no doubt. And subsequently, the defense equipment which we are making in India. अगर कुछ डिफेंस इक्विपमेंट बन रहा है तो उसमें वर्कर्स इंडिया के ही हैं, चाइना की तरह नहीं है. China is making CPEC, China-Pak Economic Corridor in Pakistan, and China is taking their own labor there. They're working in Africa with their own labor. But here in our country, this is not the case. Same as Russia. We've got very good relations with Russia. Recently, we have got S-400 missile. It's a very good missile. There's no doubt. Then we have got MiG-29. Then we have got Sukhoi. 33 Sukhois, MiG-29 are coming from Russia. Recently, we got submarine. The Vikrant ship is being made indigenously in India. क्या ये सोच सकते थे आप 7 साल 10 साल पहले? क्या इंडिया शिप बना सकता है? सबमरीन इंडिया में बन सकती है? Rafale or best aircraft you have got today, and Tejas is in full swing. There's a demand for Tejas in the world over. So therefore, my dear students, defense-wise, we will be definitely self-sufficient very soon, which earlier it was not the case. The second part, some of the students, I would like to definitely highlight. Of course, Chandra Yadav had said, insurgency, Naxalism can be controlled by paramilitary forces and defense. But terrorism, unless the entire world unites, unless a world understands there is no good or bad terrorism, then we'll be able to control terrorism. Then Pulwama type attacks can be controlled. But अभी पाकिस्तान से terrorist के ऊपर control है, लगाम है, there's no doubt. They know very well. आपने कुछ किया तो वहां पे जवाब आएगा. There's no doubt. And Pakistan is scared. There's no doubt. And Pakistan economy is doldrums. But you should understand the bigger enemy, China, which is circling us, whether through Sri Lanka Ambatota port or Indian Ocean or Gwadar port, and likewise then thereafter go to Djibouti. So south of Indian Ocean, also the China is trying. But India today is becoming stronger and stronger. There's no doubt. The second part, so I see very young students, and you have got Sakshi here, a role model lady for all of you, girls. The defense forces definitely have started taking girls in NDA. We are getting 100 more Sainik schools under PPP model very soon. The papers are through, the list have already come, they are now streamlining. India has already got 33 Sainik schools where girls admissions are going on. NDA first batch has already joined girls. More vacancies will come. So therefore, everything will be for you. Just don't have any kind of any agitation. The second part is, you don't ask for any favor. In SSB, obstacles, this is not for girls, this is optional, this is optional. Why do you have this kind of favoritism in SSB? I had been a psychologist in the selection board. आपके लिए टार्गेट स्विंग नहीं होगा, आपके टाइबर लीप नहीं होगी, rope climbing नहीं होगा. You are no less than boys. So why there be a separate criteria when you are becoming permanent commissioned officers? So don't underestimate yourself. Be confident, remain motivated, be physically and mentally very tough. Develop your courage, do outdoor activities, develop confidence, and you got everything else in you. I can assure you, when I was the vice chancellor, we had obstacle course. I had parasailing for girls, got the tanks inside university. It is never heard. Tanks coming to university, taking a ride to the boys, girls, parasailing, slithering in university campus. हालांकि कुछ एक हमारे हरियाणा के बच्चे बैठे होंगे, वो कुछ एक हमारे जो बुजुर्ग लोग आते थे गांव से, ओ भाई यो जनरल इन छोरिया ने मरवा होगा. These kind of words were also there. I heard. I said ताऊ कुछ नहीं होगा, ये मेरी बच्चियां भी हैं. मैं बहुत सीनियर उनके लिए, घबराइए मत. कोई not a single accident. But we generated a spark. My dear students, I see most of the girls. Jean University record, where I was given third university. I was in Nagaland, thereafter Central University, Mandargan, then Jean University. We calculated, organized a blood donation camp. 1,000 blood bottles were collected for the defense forces. But to a surprise, 100 girls' hemoglobin were tested. Not a single girl's hemoglobin was 11 and above. Is it a healthy sign? No. तो फिर बेटी बचाओ बेटी पढ़ाओ कहाँ से? ये ड्रामा क्यों? Then I gave this data to the governor, to the honorable CM, and also copy was sent to honorable Prime Minister. कि kindly ये है असलियत. हमने उन बच्चियों को योगा सिखाया, mentally strong बनाया, लड़ना सिखाया अपने हक के लिए. I don't say कि तुम भाइयों से लड़ो, but जितना आपका हक बनता है घर में, अगर लस्सी है, दही है, दूध है, थोड़ा बहुत आप भी ले ले. ये डिफरेंस हरियाणा में काफी है. I visited 400 villages by the students. गवर्नर ने कहा मुझे, आप यूनिवर्सिटी में कब रहते हो? यूनिवर्सिटी में 10 बजे के बाद 6 o'clock to 9:30, I would be in a village government school or a school, call the panchayat, call some Moses Admi, motivate students and teachers, generate a spark, and come back to university. That brought a solid difference in the spark, giving a spark to the students. That was my biggest achievement. और यही डॉक्टर कलाम कहते थे, what are you giving back to the society for which you are not paid? I was not paid for village boys and girls motivation. मेरी पेड यूनिवर्सिटी के लिए थी, यूनिवर्सिटी स्टूडेंट्स वहां ऑर्गेनाइज करना. बट एक हमने भगवान को जवाब भी देना है. अरे बाकी टाइम आपके पास है. कलाम साहब कभी छुट्टी नहीं लेते थे. He has said even when I die, don't declare holiday. And my university was the only one. We didn't declare holiday. We had a seminar on Dr. Kalam, 7 days, so that his teachings are known to the students. Mind you, ladies and gentlemen, please read in detail. We were lucky to have such a president. Many as a president, I can make a statement. I don't have to fear from anybody. I have not heard, I have not read any devoted president, any honest president more than him. He had no back balance. I was very frequent visitor in Rashtrapati Bhavan. So therefore, it is very good to follow such kind of teachers, such kind of scientists, such kind of missile person. Of course, he said, don't call me president. I should be called the teacher. But he was the best teacher, a best scientist, the best president India has ever produced, and of course, the best missile man. What India is today having, whatever missiles we have, missile technology, India is a leader. There's no doubt. So therefore, friends, the second part is, how do we go about it to make us mentally and physically strong? So kindly develop interest in outdoor activities. Join SSC, join NSS, and play some games. Combine a group, go for some trekking. If your area is somewhere near a hilly area, like Haryana has got a lot of hilly areas, plan trekking, so that you develop some physical stamina. Very many of girls, we are training students in SSB also. Gurgaon, I have got an academy where we train boys and girls in SSB, NDA, IMA, OTA, etc., paramilitary forces. The poor students, if they got fees, they can pay. Otherwise, this fees is very nominal. Otherwise, if they can pay for food, they can be given training. Any student can online. I keep guiding them. So therefore, our academy and our Neha Foundation are for different purpose. It is for the humanity, for Dr. Kalam model. And wherever we have got any martyr, अगर उसका शहीदी स्मारक बना है या बनाना है या उसमें मॉडिफिकेशन जरूरत है, उसके मेंटेनेंस की जरूरत है, we at least contribute whether 1 rupee और 11,000 और 51,000. थुआ गांव जींद के अंदर लेफ्टिनेंट सतवीर शौर्य चक्र सेना मेडल, उसका स्टैचू बनवा करके गांव में ले गए, पंचायत किया और बड़ी मुश्किल से जगह ली. आज वहां पर स्टैचू, स्कूल और रोड लेफ्टिनेंट सतवीर मार्टियर के नाम से है. इस प्रकार के एक मोटिवेशन होगा उन बच्चों को. Here is a young officer who laid down his life for the country, so he will be an inspiration. Otherwise, आने वाले बच्चों को क्या पता लगेगा who was Lieutenant Satveer. Same way, whenever we have such kind of deaths for Jawans, JCOs and officers, we definitely like to have their history. Jain University may be the only university where we have got शहीदी स्मारक, कैप्टन पवन, शौर्य चक्र और बाकी के अंदर उनके पूरे उस इलाके के नाम लिखने थे, उनकी citation, so that the boys and girls should go there, study what kind of sacrifice this only child of their parents did for the country. Captain Pavan, a role model hero, in fact, is terror for the terrorist. So therefore, ऐसे हमारे जवान बच्चों की, young officers की कहानियां आप पढ़ेंगे, you get inspiration, you get motivated, whether a boy or a girl. So therefore, kindly devote some time in going about the history and the sacrifices of these young soldiers. The second part, those who are keen for joining Army, Navy, Air Force, paramilitary forces as officers, my sincere advice, request is kindly start developing some qualities. You have got in you, but point is you don't expose, you don't practice, you don't come out, and you don't try to improve. I got rejected in the SSB. because I was from a government school. Thereafter, no going back. Took some guidance and no going back. General sir वहां बैठे. 78, I got paramedal. Only officer so far since 1947, being a technical who was awarded paramedal, being toughest cadet of the course, along with silver medal of technicals, being first in order of merit in technicals, plus other baki medal, cross country, blue, obstacle course, gold medal, and things like that. You can motivate yourself, generate a spark, generate an insight, and do wonders. जो गांव से पढ़ के जो बच्चा मैट्रिक गांव से किया, एबीसी अंग्रेजी भी आता हो, और फिर उस लेवल पर जा करके, and then friends, I'm very contented back. So मेरी ड्यूटी है, what can I give back to the society, which I'm trying to do. I keep going outside America, Australia, Japan, and definitely keep conducting capsules. No charges. Japan, I left, I think some 15 odd lakh yen as my own radio. I said, no, give to the foundation in an army, and my country is giving me enough pay. Very many of us can't give this leave this money. So therefore, anyway, point is, even if we can contribute something wherever, we should definitely do it. We are in a position, you can't. Today, you have to definitely generate an insight in you. You have to be socially acceptable. Try to cooperate with each other. जो friend आपके थोड़ी सी economically poor background का है, try to lift him or her. Take responsibility in guiding the students from the village. That is called sense of responsibility when not given to you. Thereafter, develop leadership, take initiative, develop confidence, develop interactive habits. Try to put across your point in a small group. Try to put across your point by giving logical arguments. Try to take prompt, accurate, and quick decisions. मैं ये कर लूं, नहीं कर लूं. So therefore, there's no point. You have to take your own decisions, and that's what the military leadership is. I mean, Rohit, of course, definitely would have been telling a number of things. Every moment, pilots के दिमाग में कितने decision change करने होते हैं. His life definitely ground के ऊपर तो आपके पास change का time है. See our late CDS General Rawat. We had the best pilot who was flying the helicopter, but pilot के दिमाग में कितने reflexes आते हैं, कितने decision change करने होते हैं. He's got time for fraction of a second. Where do I land? What do I do? What reaction should I have? So there, but anyway, we salute our heroes. There's no doubt. But life does not finish there. You develop definitely that courage. You develop liveliness. Never I see Sika, except once or twice she became emotional. I'm very proud of her. We should try to have that kind of thing. We should be proud of her. Definitely. She's an inspiration to all of us. Life has to go on. Life has to go on. And that Bitya will be Rohit again. Definitely. Better than Rohit. That's how we look life into that. So therefore, by remaining lively, by motivating self, develop decision making, be confident, take initiative, help friends, help near and dear ones, try to help society in whatever form. Money is immaterial. जरूरी हर एक को पैसे की मदद करेंगे आप. No. In your age, you can't help. But at least आप अपने फ्रेंड को या किसी गांव वाले को थोड़ा गाइड तो कर सकते हैं. I belong to बामला विलेज. हमने बैठक के अंदर कोचिंग क्लास चला रखी फ्री में. टीचर की तनख्वाह भेजते, कुर्सी लगा दी, इन्वर्टर लगा दिया और 2 घंटे बच्चों को गाइड करो वहां पे टीचर. So that these boys and girls, they become something. हमें कोई बताने वाला नहीं था. They will learn something. They will at least math, reasoning, simple English, at least वो पढ़ के, they will, whatever their qualification is, they will go in paramilitary forces, Haryana police, BSF, ITBP, CRP, and Army Navy Air Force. उस लेवल पे तो जा ही सकते और उसमें हमें पॉजिटिव रिजल्ट मिल रहा है. I feel satisfied. So the likewise, we should continue doing this kind of noble job. Then determination. You young boys and girls have to develop determination. Hurdles, setbacks, obstacles will come in your way, but you have to overcome these by developing physical and moral courage, by developing physical and mental stamina, by remaining motivated, generate a spark, audit yourself, find out your weak points, strengthen your strong points, and weaken your weak points. जो weak point है कम करो और strong point को और strengthen करो. Then over a period of time, definitely you'll be able to do better. So since a lot of other speakers are also there, any one student who is requiring any guidance on SSB, IMA, NDA, okay, foundation has got my mobile. There's a boy from Australia, Om. He's trying for Air Force. Now I have to go on a webinar. So there are 5-6 students. I have to guide them actually. He is going for flying. And there are 4-5 more students. So you might be seeing in between, they're trying to interfere. Because my 5:30 at the time for them actually has started. But anyway, I'll still can tell them to wait. In case if any of you have got doubts, please interact so that I can be there for next 10 odd minutes, so that thereafter I can attend these boys and girls also who are online. They're waiting online. Yeah. I have finished.
Good evening, sir, and I'm totally enlightened with your verses today, and many of my doubts are already cleared about how to keep self-motivated, and that is very required for our young generation, because we are a bundle of confusions this time. So, sir, my question to you is that, sir, how you find the role of media in revealing information about army, like we had movies related to surgical strike and many more things we have in our media day to day that tell us about the activities of our army people and our army officers. So till which level of confidentiality army should maintain, so that they should not reveal more things that are that would be misused by our terror groups or our Naxalites. So what kind of
very good question. Now, my dear students, Osama bin Laden, the Chinook helicopters, 4 helicopters landed in the army camp, attacked, killed all of them, took out his body, taken in the ocean, threw out the body. It was recorded. At appropriate time, they released that one. Let the world know. Let the world know. Same way, Balakot, the Honorable Prime Minister, Defense Minister, Army Chief, they were looking for it. Uri, they were definitely watching. At what time, how much they can release, there's no harm. Let the wrongdoers know this. If you do this, you get this. I've been telling you, there's certain things, definitely. Otherwise, the way the para commandos, the people have gone inside Pakistani territory, the way the wonders they have done, and 100% safety is not a small thing, my dear students. It's not a small thing. I salute my those young officers and young jawans. That's what General had said. The battle is fought by captains and majors. We guide them from behind. Same way, the Balakot. Same way, Galwan. Galwan scene you might have seen. China has not accepted their death. Entire world says 44, 66 and under 20 तक death है China की. एक जवान ने 10 Chinese को मारा. Our soldiers are very tough. China की army is for communist army. Our army is for the nation. We are motivated army. वो 5 साल 3 साल के लिए आता है वन चाइल्ड पॉलिसी के, उसको तो नीचे जाएगा, इंजीनियर बनेगा, कंप्यूटर करेगा, वो बेचारे तो उनकी हालत खराब थी. There's no doubt. So that army is not motivated. Let's be very clear. Today, China will not do that mistake, attacking hand to hand. India, China, that is not possible in the time to come. But however, some of the things can be given to media. Otherwise, don't think entire everything is known to media. You've got a lot of other things, weapons and all that, missiles, which may not be known at all to the media. How do you know that our missiles range is this much? 5,000. इससे ज्यादा नहीं हमारे पास. Dr. Kalam की देश है ये. They will not definitely. Dr. Kalam put on colonel's rank doing exercise in Pokhran. And when the nuclear explosion took place, America and England, they were shaken up. ये कैसे हो गया? हमारी इंटेलिजेंस कहाँ गई? तुम्हारी इंटेलिजेंस गई खेत में भैंस चराने. So therefore, India is also equally competent. You are no less than America or England or Russia or China today. That is what the Indian Army, Navy, Air Force is today, friends. Yeah.
Thank you, sir. Your thoughts have enlightened our minds and have shown us a new path. And sir, your words are really, really blessing for all of us. Thank you for coming, sir.
सर
Can I
रणजीत
leave,
सर
please? Yes, one more
जी सर
question. Yeah.
सर हमारे एक सर हैं वो आपसे बात करना चाहते हैं वो भी आर्मी ऑफिसर हैं
अच्छा बात करना चाहते हैं
एक ही सर बात कीजिए
Am I speaking to General Rajit, please?
सर गुड इवनिंग
एक मिनट की अब बात कीजिए
Hello, General Ranjit. Am I
सर
talking
गुड
to
इवनिंग
General?
रणजीत
How are you, sir? How are you?
यस सर जय हिंद सर
I should be saluting you.
नो सर
I'm,
नो आई विल सैल्यूट यू
I started my career. There was a place, I forgot his name. It used to be near Jabalpur, IME Center. It used to be IEME Center.
नियर पचमढ़ी
Yeah, I don't get your voice is your आवाज कैसे ज्यादा करते ये अच्छा so general is nice talking to you. I entered in the army in the year 1945.
Sir, you are my role model. I salute.
No. How it can be?
नहीं sir.
You are general. I retired as a colonel. So
sir, you are my senior. He follows the protocol.
I started my career. I had just matriculated. At the time, there used to be no matriculation used to be very high.
Yes.
Education. So
Matric entry in India even.
Boy, I was just about 14 years old, not 15 years old, when I was taken as a graduate in the IME Center. So luckily, that center within about a month or two moved to Bangalore. So I was lucky to escape the very hot season of that place. So which service you belong to?
Sir, I am from Education Corps. Otherwise, I was given para commandos.
Oh, lovely.
Being the paramedic of IMA.
Nice seeing you.
Colonel Oshar, late Colonel Oshar Singh from Veer Chakra, and my brother Brigadier Ranveer from Tejas. They came to IMA, and the commandant got me transferred to AEC.
Nice. I am so lucky to talk to you. So
Nice of you, sir.
Thereafter, I shifted to intelligence corps. They used me. The government used me in various places, like Baghdad, Syria, then Turkey, then Yugoslavia, and all those places. They used me whichever way they wanted to. Which I got dark at this stage. So at the age of 90, now, I have now crossed 90, going to be 91 next year, after about 3-4 months. So
sir,
nice.
Sir. Wish you best health.
I'm very lucky to be talking to you. So
thank you, sir. Thank you, and remain healthy, sir. We want to see you more healthier.
Thank you, sir. Very nice. Let me be all right. I'll come back to you and talk to you leisurely later.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Jain, sir. So can I leave, please?
Yes. Sure, sir. It's a matter of great pride to have you.
Nice of you. I'm very proud of you.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
What a matter of great pride for movement for us that we through this platform we got two eminent personalities. So thank you so much to all the dignitaries who have spared their times for us. So now I would not take much of your time. Just want to say that the main aim of this webinar was not just to get the knowledge, because we are getting that, but at a point to the story presented by Arvind sir, that the courage and history that Indian Army has possessed, the inspiration that we got from the Shikha ma'am, and the ideas that how you should inculcate the things that we want to by our Ranjit sir. So the thing that we have all gone into inspiration. Now I know our audience is pouring up with the questions, but at the same time, I just want to mention that in order to serve to the motherland, you need not to be just a soldier. I think I'm not mentioning myself as wrong at the wrong point. You can be a good citizen, a good student, a good daughter, a good son, a good you. First of all, a good human at the same time. So it's not like that every time be the soldier to serve your motherland. Be a good human first. Like Ranjit sir already inspired us with the thoughts of Kalam sir. Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam has mentioned a very famous quote that in if you want to change your future, need not to think about the future. Change your habits. Your habits will itself change the future. So this was all about what we have came through the path. So I know the audience would be like कि अब हमें बोलने का मौका. So the thing is कि वसीयत ये आप सबकी है, संभालना हमको है, और हम अपनी तरफ से ये वादा करते हैं कि ये वसीयत हम अच्छी तरह से संभालेंगे. जिस तरह जहां भी जब भी मौका मिलेगा, हम आपकी जो वसीयत आप हमें एज अपना स्वरूप देके जा रहे हैं, हम संभाल कर दिखाएंगे. So now over to the audience who are waiting to ask the question to our eminent personalities. We have Arvind sir, we have Chika madam with us. So you can go ahead, raise the hand, we'll call upon your names and you can go ahead, proceed ahead with the question.
So sir, I have one question for the Major Arvind Yadav sir. Sir, I want to ask that आप लोगों ने बताया कि चाइना पाकिस्तान हमारे दुश्मन है, we know that. But sir, मुझे लगता है उनसे ज़्यादा दुश्मन तो घर के अंदर ही है, internal enemies. अगर सर हम पुलवामा की भी बात करें तो ये पुलवामा अटैक, ये कोई भी अटैक जो इंडिया में आज के टाइम में हो रहा है, वो बिना इंटरनल कॉपरेशन की या कोई जो अंदर के लोग हैं उनके हेल्प के बिना नहीं हो रहा. सेकेंडली सर, जब आर्मी कोई ऑपरेशंस करती है या फिर कुछ भी ऐसी चीजें करती है तो बहुत सारी ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस है जो आर्मी पे सवाल उठाना स्टार्ट कर देती हैं. दे ब्लेम आर्मी. इवन वी हैव सीन मैनी पॉलिटिशियंस जो अपने वोट बैंक की पॉलिटिक्स के लिए आर्मी को ड्रैग करते हैं. तो सर व्हाई, सो व्हाट अबाउट देम? उन लोगों से कैसे टैकल करा जाए? आर्मी बाहर के एनिमी से तो आराम से लड़ ही लेगी, पर अंदर के लोगों का क्या करा जाए?
वंडरफुल क्वेश्चन. आपको मैं ऐसा ही जवाब बताऊंगा. आप लोग हैं ना अंदर के एनिमी से लड़ने के लिए. ये तो मेरी फोर्स है जो अंदर के एनिमी से लड़ने के लिए. जरूरी थोड़ी लड़ने के लिए आपको बंदूक चाहिए, गोली चाहिए, फौज की ट्रेनिंग चाहिए. सिर्फ जज्बा चाहिए तो आप लड़िए उससे. और जो लोग फौज पे सवाल उठाते हैं, पुलिस पे सवाल उठाते हैं, कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं बेटा, ये सब तो होता ही रहता है. जब भी आप कोई अच्छा काम करते हैं तो आपको उसकी रिएक्शन पॉजिटिव भी मिलती है, नेगेटिव भी मिलती है. हम ये एक यूनिफॉर्म फोर्स है, बिल्कुल हुक्म के मुताबिक जो पॉलिटिकल हायरार्की आपको हुक्म देगी वो जो सरकार बोलेगी वो फौज करेगी, बिकॉज ये नेशन की फौज है. एक भी एक्शन, कोई भी कार्रवाई किसी भी जगह पर, किसी भी वक्त पर अपने लेवल पर कोई नहीं करता है. ये सब कंप्लीट प्लानिंग के तहत काम होता है. और जिसको जो बोलना है बोले. मेरा काम है, मुझे पता है मेरा दुश्मन कौन है, मुझे क्या करना है और मैंने वो करना है. उसके ऊपर जिसने जो बोलना है बोलता रहे, मुझे कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता इससे. इट डजंट मैटर. और आपको भी नहीं पढ़ना चाहिए, आपको भी नहीं पढ़ना चाहिए. और अंदर के दुश्मनों से आपको निपटना है, आपके बीच में ही है. मैं तो दूसरी बाहर की तरफ देख रहा हूं, अंदर तो आप ही देख रहे हैं. यू नो, डिग्री के साथ साथ, पढ़ाई के साथ साथ एक हमारे साथ और चीज होनी चाहिए थी. दैट वाज नेशनल कैरेक्टर. वी आर मिसिंग दैट कैरेक्टर. वी आर नॉट बिल्डिंग दैट कैरेक्टर. साइन थीटा, कॉस थीटा और बायोलॉजी, केमिस्ट्री के बीच में कहीं हमारी वैल्यूज दब के रह गई. 96-98% के बीच में जीने का तरीका दब के रह गया. We are following blindly things. Don't do that. Have a personality, have a character. That character, when it comes to us, things will be all right. So we make that character. So you will find all army people together. They behave in the same manner, stay together, because we follow a character. We have developed a character and we develop in the others who are by these funny kind of people. I mean, you all are being used as a cannon fodder. Someday a useless guy is standing and there are thousands of students behind him. Someday somebody standing in different kind of a color of a dress and thousands of people are after him.
And then one day you will find these students are fighting and those two guys are sitting and having a drink together. And that is exactly what is happening. So build a character, follow something what you have, develop your own thinking. Damn it, this word has given you the most powerful tool which I did not have, the internet. Read, study, it is meant for that. And make your own opinion about it. What do you think of democracy? What do you think of politics? Join politics, go and join politics. First get into it and then repair it, rather than following dumb people left and right. Why should you? तो अपना एक कैरेक्टर आप तैयार कीजिए, लेकिन उसके लिए मेहनत करनी पड़ेगी। उसके लिए आपको ये जो सोसाइटी ने बांध रखा है ना, नीट एंड जेईई, मेरे ख्याल से माँ बाप से भी बड़े लगते हैं हमें ये। Everybody is now blindly following the marks and admissions and engineering and medical. What about our values? कोई पढ़ाता ही नहीं बेटा। स्कूल में पढ़ाना बंद कर दिया, कॉलेज में पढ़ाना बंद कर दिया। Kind of a thing which is running every day on the TV, on that hijab. Somebody was standing with very different color of gamcha. I mean, they are misleading. They are not allowing you to think. They are not allowing you to work. Because if you start thinking and you start working, they are in danger. So they have to keep you on a side. So they create these things and we follow them blindly. So kindly make your own opinion, kindly make your own character, do your work as brought out by others. कोई जरूरत नहीं है आपको वर्दी पहनने की। आप डॉक्टर हैं तो अच्छी डॉक्टरी करिए, आप टीचर हैं तो अच्छे टीचर बनिए, स्टूडेंट्स को अच्छे से पढ़ाइए। But remember, nation comes first. If that you don't forget, everybody is a soldier. You all are a soldier. But just remember that the nation comes first, everything comes later on. और बताइए।
Thank you so much, sir. That was really enlightening to know this, know how to do, because knowledge तो सब देते हैं कि ऐसा करो, पर कोई ये नहीं बताता कि कैसे करना है। So the thing is कि we are getting today to know कि करना कैसे है। ये सब बुक्स में भी पढ़ा है, सर टीचर्स से भी पता चलता है, पेरेंट्स से भी कि करना क्या है, पर कोई ये नहीं बताता करना कैसे है। So it's you that we are proud that we have some personalities among us who are telling us कि करना कैसे है। So moving forward, we have our next speaker as Cheshta to ask the question. Cheshta, you can move ahead.
Yeah. Good evening, ma'am. My question is from Shikha, ma'am. Ma'am, being a part, I want to ask that what is the major thing in girls' attitude to prove herself in society, as it's not easy part to tackle with.
Can you please repeat your question? I could not hear you properly.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. As being a girl, I want to ask that what is the major thing in girls' attitude to prove herself in society, as it's not easy to as it is not easy to tackle with.
I think more than attitude, you need to be educated first. Education is the fundamental base for everything. It's something that puts you at the same level with everyone else. So education,
Yes,
getting the right amount of education. If your parents, I mean, for some reason don't believe that you should get educated, or there are hurdles, just try to convince them that, because that is one thing that will remain with you till you die. You know how people tell you that knowledge is something that cannot be taken away from you. It's actually the biggest fact. So knowledge in any form, and you guys belong to a generation which is so lucky because there's so much of knowledge at your disposal, on the on YouTube, on internet. There are courses that you can take up online. You really don't have to go anywhere, and there are so many resources. I mean, the world is full of resources right now. So right now the only thing that can stop you from achieving anything is excuses. So anything that you think that you want to do, just go through a structured path. Proving yourself does not happen overnight. It has to start from zero, slowly build up to one. Consistency, education, and the will that you have to do it. These three things you need.
Thank you, ma'am.
You're most welcome.
Couldn't be more delighted to listen the knowledge you gave, ma'am, because on a girl's perspective, whenever we talk, the society comes first, from the societal norms and everything. So the words you spoke was really inspiring, that what from our part, what we need to do to prove our stand in the society. So thank you so much for the same. Now I would like to call upon Sayed Tuba to ask her part. Sayed, you can go ahead.
Good evening, sir. Sir, I wanted to ask you, where were the checkposts when the Pulwama attack happened? Where were the checkposts when the Pulwama incident took place?
Sir, actually, your mic is mute.
I didn't get the question, beta. What was the?
एक मिनट रुको. Sir, where were the checkposts when the Pulwama attack took place?
Where was the check post?
Yes, sir.
So you want to say why it happened, why it couldn't be avoided?
Yes, exactly. Why it wasn't avoided? Like, where were the checkposts
Okay.
when the accident?
Okay. You have read about a terrorist sometime? They reached
Sir, I belong to.
parliament. Son, they reached parliament. So
Yes,
what is
sir.
Pulwama for them? See, this
Sir,
part, this terrorist part, they do not follow a sequence. They do not follow rules and regulations. Theirs is to do or die. They are highly motivated. They are as motivated as a soldier. The only problem is that the angle is wrong. Otherwise, they are masterminds. They are indoctrined thoroughly. Their motivation level is very high. They are ready to die for their cause. Only problem is that their cause is wrong, which they don't know. So they will do whatever they wish to do. They have reached parliament. After all, so much of security. So a terrorist, what happened to the USA? What happened to 9/11? I mean, they can do anything, whatever. But yes, I can tell you this much. What we can achieve is we cannot achieve zero incident that they will not attack. What we can achieve is with our attentiveness, with our training, with our procedures, there should be a deterrence. They must know that if I try to do this, nothing will be achieved and we will be killed. If that deterrence is there, he will not come near you. Now, initially, when I told you there are chances, there are days when it has to happen, it has to happen. But what happens after that, that matters more. So somewhere we were lacking, I admit. I admit not only in Pulwama case, in number of cases where such things have happened, there were things which were lacking. They were lacking because of lack of procedure. They were lacking sometime because of complacency. I mean, a guy standing there every day, night for last 20 years, 30 years, sometimes you are complacent. That do happen. It happens accidentally. So avoiding a terrorist terrorist attack is not possible. It will happen. He is going to do it. What is important is that how much damage you take and then what reaction you do and the deterrence you create so that he does not dare to do it again.
Sir, actually, I am trying to point out that there were no checkposts available when the Pulwama attack happened, while in Kashmir there are checkposts after every 2 or 4 kilometers.
Okay.
Why were those removed?
No, beta, this information is incorrect. Whenever there's a convoy which moves, there is a road opening which is carried out. There were road openings done, but yes, the road opening work was not up to the mark for this kind of a huge movement. It was not up to the mark. There you stand right. That is what happens. You know, sometimes this movement is cleared by somebody. It was not supposed to happen that day, but it was cleared by somebody without checking whether that much of road clearance has been done or not. But these are procedural lapses. Nobody does it knowingly or something. So yes, whenever we have some incident, we carry out an in-depth analysis and we learn our lessons so that it doesn't happen again. Most of the time, these lessons are not sent to the press for public digestion because they are not supposed to be coming to a public forum. So yes, there were mistakes. Whenever something happens, certainly there are mistakes. Aim is that we learn from our mistakes and ensure that it doesn't happen again.
Sir, can you put out that any political figure must be also involved in this in the with the terrorist groups, because it's something that is not that cannot be neglected. So there might be figure like
I'll better answer you after 6 years when I retire. I'm not supposed to comment on any political matter at all.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. And for now, we want that you should not retire. मतलब that we know the existence what the life cycle goes on, but हमें नहीं चाहिए कि we will still we know that you'll be there with us for because a soldier is always a soldier from the tip to top. So we know that the dignity you possess will continue because you are already an immortal personality amongst us. So
I'm leaving a mark. Next year, my son is joining.
So then we promise you to continue the legacy, not by being a soldier, but being an honest citizen, and whatever we possess for the future, we'll do the best there. So at least to
I'm
prove
so
the
proud
dignity
of
of
you.
this country.
So proud of you. And I'm so confident that this generation will do that.
Sure, sir, we would. So next up, I can see so many hands raised. So I would call upon Sachin Garje, sir, to go with his question. So you can take up. Sorry, sir, you are at mute.
Yeah, Sachin. I think the mic is off.
जय हिंद सर। मैं हिंदी में बात करूंगा सर,
बिल्कुल
थोड़ा मेरे लिए कन्वीनियंट रहेगा। जैसे
मेरे लिए भी कन्वीनियंट रहेगा। जी कहिए।
जी सर, तो ये जो अटैक हुए थे और हमने कुछ सालों में देखे, उसमें आपको कुछ पैटर्न नजर आता है? और दूसरा एक सवाल है कि जो एक न्यूज़ में हमने देखा कि एक वेजिटेबल वेंडर जो है, जो वहाँ पे चेक पोस्ट के पास बैठा हुआ है और वो इंफॉर्मेशन कलेक्ट करने का काम करता था, तो उसके साथ आर्मी वहाँ पे ग्राउंड लेवल पे कैसे टैकल करते हैं उन सब चीज़ों से, वो आइडेंटिफाई करना, थोड़ा बहुत अगर कुछ आप बता सकते हैं कि जो वहाँ पे हम बोल सकते हैं कि स्पाइस है, वो एक वेजिटेबल वेंडर था जो वो सब इंफॉर्मेशन कलेक्ट करता था। एक न्यूज़ में हमने बहुत सालों बाद न्यूज़ में आया वो कि मुझे लगता है सीक्रेट इंफॉर्मेशन होगा, तो इतने सालों तक छुपा रहा, और जब न्यूज़ में आया
देखिए,
तब
पहले तो सबसे पहले तो इस कंट्री की न्यूज़ पे भरोसा करना बंद करिए। ये बाजार लगता है रोज शाम को 5 बजे टीवी के ऊपर, आप जितनी मर्जी मंडी में खरीद सकते हैं। मैं आपको बताता हूँ, मैं डोडा में ऑपरेट कर रहा था, तो जब भी हमारी पार्टी निकलती थी तो खाली हाथ वापस आते थे ना, खबर भी इतनी पक्की होती थी। काफी दिनों की मेहनत के बाद हमें पता चला, एक घर था सामने जहां से हमारी मूवमेंट नजर आती थी, और जैसे ही हमारी पार्टी निकलती थी वो लेडी अंदर से एक लाल कपड़ा लाके बाहर सुखाती थी। अब आप कैसे पकड़ेंगे बताइए इसको? ये ग्राउंड लेवल की चीजें, ये ग्राउंड लेवल की चीजें। उसने जैसे ही देखेगी वो बाहर आएगी और एक गीला लाल कपड़ा ऐसे हिला के अपने घर के बाहर सुखा देगी। 4 दिन बाद वो लाल से नीला कर देगी, फिर वो कपड़ा सुखाने की बजाय शी विल क्रिएट समथिंग एल्स, और somebody और कोई और आदमी कोई और नुस्खा लगाएगा। ये ग्राउंड लेवल के लोग हैं, तो बड़ा मुश्किल है इनका कोई पैटर्न पकड़ना, इनको इस तरह से तोड़ना। टेररिज्म की लड़ाई एक बहुत गंदी लड़ाई है। उस गंदी लड़ाई में, उस नाली में घुसने के बाद गंदे होके ही वो लड़ाई लड़ी जा सकती है। मैं आपको चीजें बता नहीं सकता हूँ, ना मुझे आज्ञा है, ना मुझे बतानी चाहिए, बट ये बहुत डर्टी गेम है, और इस डर्टी गेम को डर्टी होके ही खेला जाता है। एंड इनका कोई पैटर्न नहीं होता साहब, ये मतलब उसने करना है तो करना है, वो कोई ना कोई तरीका निकालेगा। अच्छा, उसके पास कोई टाइम लिमिट नहीं है, आज नहीं करेगा कल करेगा, कल नहीं करेगा परसों करेगा। बात यह है कि आपकी ड्रिल प्रोसीजर, आपके तरीके, आपकी सिक्योरिटी इतनी मजबूत होनी चाहिए कि जब वो रैकी करता है, जब वो देखने आता है कि मैंने यहाँ पर करना है, उसके दिमाग में उसी वक्त ये बैठ जाए कि यार यहाँ नहीं कर पाएंगे भाई, यहाँ तो ये लोग थोड़े से अटेंटिव है, मजबूत हैं। अगर हर आदमी अपना काम इस तरह से करे तो ठीक रहेगा, लेकिन गलती भी हम ही करते हैं, पर फुल प्रूफ तो कोई भी सिस्टम नहीं है। हर जगह पे कुछ ना कुछ तो थोड़ा बहुत निकल ही आता है। तो पुलवामा की कोई न्यूज आउट नहीं हुई है। ये सब्जी वाला, जूते वाला, ये हिंदी पिक्चरों में खूब आता है। वो एक हीरो था, वो पागल बन के बैठ गया उधर और उसने पकड़ लिया। वो दीज आर ऑल फिल्मी काइंड ऑफ थिंग्स। तो एक इंटेलिजेंस का प्रॉपर नेटवर्क है, 5-6 एजेंसी हैं जो काम कर रही हैं। दरअसल हमने कभी भी टेररिज्म की कार्रवाई सीखी नहीं थी। ये 89 में दौर शुरू हुआ। शुरू में हमने काफी भुगता, हमारे को नुकसान भी काफी हुआ, लेकिन डे टू डे से सीखते 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 आज मैं आपको बड़े प्राउडली कह सकता हूं कि इंडियन आर्मी टेररिज्म को जिस तरह से हैंडल करती है, दुनिया में कोई आर्मी हैंडल नहीं करती। हमने ब्रिटिश आर्मी के साथ, यूएस आर्मी के साथ में, ऑस्ट्रेलियन आर्मी के साथ में, कोरियन आर्मी, कम से कम 10 से 15 कंट्रीज की आर्मी हमारे पास, यहाँ सिंगापुर की आर्मी, वो सिर्फ ट्रेनिंग लेने हमारे पास आते हैं कि आप टेररिज्म से कैसे लड़ रहे हो। ये बहुत बड़ी बीमारी है, छोटी नहीं है, बहुत बड़ी नासूर है ये। एंड जो शुरू में मैंने आपको बताया, हम लोग तो क्या है, जैसे आपको चोट लगी तो आप डॉक्टर के पास गए, उसने एक पट्टी कर दी, पेन किलर दे दिया। तो माय डियर, मैं तो पेन किलर हूं, मैं तो आपकी डेली वो फर्स्ट एड किट हूं मैं। उस नासूर का इलाज तो पॉलिटिकल ही है। उसको सुलझाएगा तो 2 देशों के प्राइम मिनिस्टर बैठ के सुलझाएंगे। उसको आप और मैं नहीं सुलझा सकते, जनरल भी नहीं सुलझा सकते, कर्नल भी नहीं सुलझा सकते, सोल्जर भी नहीं सुलझा सकते। हम तो एक ऐसा वातावरण पैदा कर सकते हैं जहां दूसरा मजबूर हो जाए कि वो टेबल पे आके बैठ के बातचीत करके मसौदे को खत्म करे। वो सिचुएशन 1-2 बार आई, बट पॉलिटिकल ब्लंडर्स के चक्कर में वो सिचुएशन भी हमारे हाथ से निकल गई। तो मजबूत सरकारें आती हैं, मजबूत कदम उठाती हैं, कुछ मिलता है हमें काम की चीज, फिर वो निकल जाती है हमारे हाथ से। तो इलाज तो इसका पॉलिटिकल ही होगा। ये कैंसर है, करवाना तो ऑपरेशन ही पड़ेगा। ये छोटी छोटी दवाइयों से काम नहीं चलेगा। और आप ये छोटी छोटी बातों पे ध्यान देना बंद कर दीजिए कि कौन सा चैनल क्या बता रहा है, कौन सी न्यूज है। दिस इज ऑल नॉनसेंस। ये बाद में, ये दिल्ली के एयर कंडीशन रूम में बैठ के पूरे ऑपरेशन का यहीं पे ही चीरफाड़ कर लेते हैं ये लोग। इनको बिल्कुल ग्राउंड की हकीकत से बिल्कुल वाकिफ नहीं है, बिल्कुल वाकिफ नहीं है। और कुछ ये मूवी बना के मूवी दिखाते हैं, उड़ी टाइप का मूवी दिखाते हैं, वो एंटरटेनमेंट के लिए अच्छा है। ऑन ग्राउंड जो चीज है वो सिक्के का दूसरा पहलू है जनाब। कोई लड़ाई 1.5 से 2 मिनट से ज्यादा नहीं चलती है, तो 3 घंटे की पिक्चर कैसे बनाएंगे।
थैंक यू सो मच सर, असलियत से वाकिफ करवाने के लिए, बिकॉज रियलिटी ऑलवेज हर्ट्स एंड यू आर टेलिंग अस द रियलिटी। सो exactly. So as our last question speaker, I would like to call upon Ashima to ask the question. Ashima, you can go ahead.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much, Anushka, for giving me the chance. Sir, मेरा सिर्फ एक क्वेश्चन था आपसे कि लाइक सर, आई बिलीव कि हर एक स्फेयर में पॉलिटिकल प्रेशर आता ही है, हर एक स्फेयर में पॉलिटिकल इन्वॉल्वमेंट भी होती है। तो आई जस्ट वांटेड टू आस्क कि आप करप्शन और पॉलिटिकल इन्वॉल्वमेंट और प्रेशर को कैसे टैकल करते हो?
बेटा, जितना भी पॉलिटिकल प्रेशर और करप्शन है वो दिल्ली में खत्म हो जाता है। जम्मू कश्मीर में ना कोई पॉलिटिकल प्रेशर है, ना कोई करप्शन है। वहां हम लीडर हैं, हम ही सब कुछ हैं। मेरे को सिर्फ काम बताना, मुझे सिर्फ उनसे एक हुक्म चाहिए कि मेरे को यहाँ पर ये काम करना है। वो कैसे करना है, कब करना है, वो मैं करता हूँ। और हमारा जो एग्जीक्यूटिव लेवल है, मैं आपके थ्रू आई वांट टू गिव दिस मैसेज टू द नेशन that our execution level people are in no, I repeat, in no stress, in no pressure of any political nature or any corruption nature. The working hands of the company commanders, the commanding officers, they are absolutely beyond any pressure. They only perform their military duties with best of their abilities. There is no pressure at all. The pressure gets released at the headquarters level. So the generals are sitting there in headquarters and they handle all that. But I'm telling you the truth, when the order comes to us, it comes crystal clear so that we can carry out those orders the way it is supposed to be done. At lower level, there are no pressures. Yes, it is unlike police. Even a sepoy is under a lot of tension. I pity them. But because they are they are with the public. Their service is with the public, so they come under pressure. But we are in no pressure. We are in no pressure. Maybe if the pressure goes to the top people, the order will not come. So we won't come to know whether it is under pressure or not. But once the order is given from there, the job is being done.
सर बट कभी कभार जैसे कोई चीज इंसिडेंट होता है तो कभी कभार आपको ये फीलिंग नहीं आती कि नहीं इस टाइम पे ऑर्डर आना चाहिए और हमें एक्शन लेना चाहिए तो उस टाइम
मैं
पे
आपको बताने नहीं चाहता बेटा, एक दिन एक एमएलए को मैंने इतना पीटा वो मरते मरते बचा. It doesn't matter to me. It just doesn't matter to me. I didn't even know who is he. But he did not behave the way he should have behaved with a soldier, and he suffered it. But the pressure didn't come on to me. There were things, they threw a lot of things, letters, the pressure. My seniors never got the pressure onto me. They sustain all that pressure. So our generals, our senior people, they sustain the pressure on top, like today I do. For my soldiers who are fighting here, I take on that pressure. I am being called, why your boys did this. So I will answer why they did this. I don't ask them, why did you do that? They did it because I told them to do it. So that is my job today, to be a cushion between the governance and the people who are working on ground. So I'm in that category now. 20 years back, I was in a different category. I was with them on ground.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you. Your words were really delightful for me, and I'll make sure कि future में आपको हमारी generation पे पूरा proud रहेगा.
Sure, I'm so confident and so proud of you people. Just do one thing. I want to ask one thing. Just do a very small thing. Whenever you see a soldier or meet a soldier, just wish him and wish him luck. Because we need a lot. A soldier needs tons of luck. So whenever you meet somebody at the railway station, airport, on a bus stand, in a shop, anywhere, you see a soldier, just meet him and say, thank you. You are doing a good job. And that is more than enough. And I think he deserves it. So
yes,
the people
sir,
whom he is,
yes, sir.
people whom he is safeguarding, they should also deserve him. So kindly show that kind of wholeheartedness and some honor to that guy. He's not doing it for anything else. A meager pay of 30,000, 40,000 bucks is nothing. It is nothing. He stays 10 months out of a year there, family somewhere else, worst of the conditions. You don't know whether he will come back or not. Why he is doing it? He is not doing it for money. He is not doing it for anything else. Just because of his unit. He belongs to a Jat, Maratha, Rajput unit. So for the izzat of the unit and for the nation, he is doing it. And it is our responsibility. Even when I'm on leave or something, wherever I meet somebody, I don't tell them I'm a general. I just go and thank him. I'm a professor and thank you very much. He feels so good. He feels so good. So I think if young people do this, they will be, it's heartening to see that.
So if nothing, we would stick and enhance the dignity of your words कि at least ये तो करना है life में. बाकी we promise you at this age we are like full of josh. So अभी से if someone asks how's the josh, first the thing will be thank you sir for being there for us.
Thank you so much. Thank you so
Also
much.
sir, आपने हर जगह politics का एक अच्छा mention दिया. So we would like to mention कि the organization Real Politic Mind that we are from. So we are creating a youth जहाँ पे हमें हर एक टॉपिक को लेके डिबेट एंड डिस्कस करते हैं ताकि सबके पॉइंट्स ऑफ व्यूज आए. तो जो आज इंडिया आज फेस कर रहा है वो कल इंडिया फेस ना करे. So that's the platform we provide to every youth we come across to come and discuss and present their views. So I guess here our question answer session ends. And when we talk about Pulwama attack, how can we forget about the Jammu and Kashmir, the place? So I would like to call upon one of my friend who belongs to the same place, Dhruv Nair. So Dhruv, you can go ahead with your thoughts.
Yeah, thank you, Ashima, for giving me a chance. Am I audible?
Yes.
Yes, you are.
Namaste, sir. Sir, a very good evening to you all. I am Dhruv Nair from Udhampur, Jammu and Kashmir. Before I move to my main content, so I am honored, sir. I am really honored to be a part of this society, to be a cultural part of Udhampur society and Veer Jawans of our Udhampur. सर शुरू से एक मिथ बनाया जाता है हमेशा, जब से हम यहाँ रहे हैं या हम जब से यहाँ रहते हैं, तो लोग सोचते हैं कि यार जम्मू एंड कश्मीर, यार कहाँ फंस गए, कहाँ चल पड़े तुम सारे। जम्मू एंड कश्मीर, अच्छा यार वहां तो तुम्हारे घर में टेररिस्ट आके चाय पीते होंगे। मेरे को सर, आप सच माने सर, हमेशा ये आके बोलना पड़ता है कि नहीं भाई, हमने वहां आज तक कभी वैसा कुछ नहीं देखा जैसा आप लोग सोचते हैं। क्यों? क्योंकि हमारे साथ हमारे वीर जवान हैं हमेशा। जब भी हम स्कूल से निकलते हैं उनकी कॉन्वॉय आती है। यहाँ कोई टैंक्स नहीं होते, कोई उनके हाथ में गन नहीं होती, सिर्फ उनके चेहरे पर एक स्माइल होती है कि वी आर प्रोटेक्टिंग। जैसे अभी क्या बोलते हैं, शिखा मैम जी आए थे, उन्होंने हमें एक ब्रीफ दिया कि जो मार्टिर उनके हस्बैंड, लेट हस्बैंड रोहित कुमार सर, तो मुझे एकदम से रियलाइज हुआ, वो जो पटनी टॉप वाला वो इंसिडेंट बता रहे थे, एक्चुअली पटनी टॉप इज जस्ट अबाउट 40 और 35 किलोमीटर फ्रॉम हियर उधमपुर। अगर सर डोडा गए हैं, बस तक गए, आई एम श्योर अरविंद सर पक्का उधमपुर भी आए होंगे। तो जो ये रीजन है, इट्स क्वाइट, इट्स पीसफुल, it's totally quiet and peaceful, and the people are here are very friendly, joyous, they entertain you. You should also come. So that's a myth will create, that is create around here कि यहाँ के लोग बहुत violent हैं, या कश्मीर या जम्मू वो कंफ्यूज हो जाते हैं कि कौन सा रीजन कहाँ है। they are totally different regions. So sir, I was honored, really honored to be a part of this, and I want to convey from this platform that you all should visit Jammu and Kashmir. It's not that कि यहाँ बहुत टेररिस्ट हैं या वो चीजें हैं, हम भी यहाँ शुरू से रहे हैं, हमने भी फौजी भाई देखे हैं अपने, हम उनके साथ घूमे भी हैं, वो कोई एक इशू नहीं है। पर लोग जैसे समझते हैं कि जम्मू में ये है वो है, यहाँ लोग बड़े उग्रवादी टाइप हैं, या यहाँ की जो पॉलिटिकल पार्टीज हैं या वैसा, वो अलग चीज है, उनका अपना अलग सिस्टम है बिल्कुल। पर सच में यहाँ के लोग बहुत अच्छे हैं। तो एक जो ये मिथ है शुरू से लोगों के बीच में, उसको एक तो मैं ये बताना चाहता हूँ वो बिल्कुल गलत है। So sir, that was my all thoughts. So I want to quote something. To find us, it's a word of an Indian soldier. To find us, you must be good. To catch us, you must be fast. But to beat us, you must be kidding. So I want to end this conversation, sir. Thank you, sir, for giving me a chance. And I would really like to thanks all chief guests, Real Politics Mind, and Youth Against Injustice Foundation for giving me opportunity to speak. Jai Hind, sir.
Jai Hind, beta.
Thank you so much, Dhruv. So moving forward, I would like to call upon Akshat to put his words and views forward on the same. Akshat, you can go ahead.
जय हिंद सर। लाइक एक्चुअली मैंने थोड़ी देर पहले एक पोएम रिसाइट करी थी, तो लाइक आपके वर्ड सुनने के बाद मैंने एक पोएम काफ़ी पहले लिखी थी, तो मेरे को ऐसा लगा शायद मुझे वो बोलनी चाहिए। और इससे पहले लाइक आई जस्ट वांट टू टेल कि लाइक आई बिलोंग टू अ फैमिली जिसमें लाइक जो मेरे कजन ब्रदर हैं, दे आर जस्ट रिटायर्ड फ्रॉम आर्मी। लाइक जो मेरे बड़े पापा यानी कि जो ताऊ जी हैं, they just like played an important role in Indo-China war and like in a Kargil, and they were just strict for me too, as like they were like कि तुझे आर्मी में जाना है and you have to do but sir like luckily मेरा सिलेक्शन हुआ था गढ़वाल रेजिमेंट में। बट लाइक वो है कि मैं घर वालों का इकलौता था, मतलब लाइक मम्मा का एक सॉफ्ट हर्ट है एंड दे वर लाइक कि मतलब तुझे कुछ हो जाएगा या वो, और लाइक मम्मा की तबीयत थोड़ी खराब रहने लगी तो फिर मुझे बैक ऑफ करना पड़ा। बट उसके बाद आई जस्ट कीप अ प्रॉमिस विद माई सेल्फ कि जितना भी मैं अर्न करूंगा आज के बाद उसका 30% आई जस्ट वांट टू डोनेट टू द इंडियन आर्मी, एंड लाइक आई जस्ट राइट सम स्टफ्स ऑन इंडियन आर्मी ब्रेव एंड
उसका ही एक सॉरी सर उसका ही एक छोटा सा पार्ट है जो जस्ट आई गोना रिसाइट है। सो इट वाज जस्ट लाइक माँ पापा से बदलना कि उठ जाए, बहुत देर हो गई है और ये पापा जमीन पर सो रहे हैं। पापा उठो ना, अब उठ भी जाओ, आपकी परी आपको उठा रही है, चलो ना कंकड़ के पास वाली दुकान से आइसक्रीम खरीद कर लाते, मेरी मनपसंद चॉकलेट और आपकी वनीला है ना, पापा चलो ना, माँ अकेले नहीं रहेंगे, माँ के लिए नहीं लाएंगे, उनके दांतों में जो दर्द है ना, चलो ना पापा हम घर घर खेलते हैं, आज आप मेरे, चलो ना पापा हम घर घर खेलते हैं, आप मेरे घर के राजा बनना और मैं हमेशा की तरह राजकुमारी, चलो ना पापा अब उठ भी जाओ, आप भी तो कहते हो कि सुबह जल्दी उठना चाहिए, तो आप भी तो कहते हो कि सुबह जल्दी उठना चाहिए, तो आप क्यों नहीं उठते हो? वो उदास सी, एक कोने में उसकी माँ खड़ी थी, तो वो उदास सी लेकिन ताकतवर माँ कहती भी तो क्या, समझाती भी तो क्या, क्या वो अपने दिल के टुकड़े का दिल भी क्या वो अपने दिल के टुकड़े का दिल तोड़ देती, ये कहता है कि तेरे पापा अब नहीं उठेंगे, जो अब भारत माँ की गोद में सिरहाने पर सर रख सकते। ये काफी पहले लिखी थी, बट आई थॉट कि मुझे आज ये शेयर करनी चाहिए थी, सो लाइक आई जस्ट शेयर्ड। थैंक यू।
It was really incredible words, Akshat. Now I would like to call Avantika D to take up the stage.
थैंक यू सो मच अनुष्का। हमारा तिरंगा इसलिए नहीं लहराता क्योंकि हवा चल रही होती है, बल्कि हमारा तिरंगा हर उस जवान की अंतिम सांस से फहराता है जो तिरंगे की रक्षा के लिए अपने प्राणों को न्यौछावर कर देता है। Our armed forces exist solely to ensure our nation's safety so that every one of us can sleep soundly at night, knowing that we have guardians at the gate. But some are planning false rape cases against them to defame them. On July 17th, 2021, our Youth Against Injustice Foundation's founder, Mr. Piyush Monga, headed towards the battlefield of Kargil and Srinagar to give recognition to the unheard voices of army personals through our cycle campaign, namely Paddle for Unheard Voices. It was a 3-month-long cycle journey against false rape allegations on our army personnel at Kashmir, and for any other man who is innocent and are falsely accused of rape. The whole team of Youth Against Injustice Foundation were in tears of joy when on 15 September 2021, Mr. Piyush Monga created history by reaching the highest motorable road, Umingla, in the world as a civilian cyclist. We all know Indian Army there at Kashmir is only for ours and Kashmir's inhabitants' safety. But some people there, only for their own propaganda, accuses Indian Army for intimidating and controlling the population of Kashmir with physical and sexual abuse and unjustified arrests. Because of these allegations, many of the army personals are fired without any inspection. We know the condition of Kashmir. If our Indian army isn't there, then who's going to protect them? Then who's going to protect the nation? Very soon, our founder, Mr. Piyush Monga, will release his book, The Death Journey, in which he will pen down his experience at Kargil and Srinagar and give voice to the army personnel and to every man who is falsely accused of rape. After the infamous 2012 gang rape of a student on a bus in Delhi, the number of rape cases reported to the police in India rose sharply. But one survey concluded that in Delhi in 2013-14, more than half of these reports were false. In most of the cases, it would be the argument of the defense that women was trying to extract money or professional gain or the other material gain or revenge by damaging the reputation, freedom of the man. India needs a better data to understand the scale and nature of the problem. The allegation of rape affects one's social status, even if one is acquitted. One cannot regain that status, we know. You can't prove your innocence to each and every person you met. People are quick to judge in a rape case without even knowing whether the person is guilty or not. Although this is also true, throughout India, very few incidents of sexual violence against women are reported to the police. It is important to see every aspect of the case instead of jumping on conclusion. It is necessary to get justice whether it's a woman or a man. We, the youths of India, stands against fake rape allegations and stands for our armed forces. Accusation fit on a bumper sticker. The truth takes longer. Now, I would like to invite Ms. Preeti Ajit Soroha, an amazing writer, performer, and our Youth Against Injustice Foundation's volunteer, to throw light on false rape allegation through her poem Insaf Ki Jang. Over to you, Preeti. Please turn on your mic. Preeti?
Hello. Hello.
Yeah, you are audible.
आवाज आ रही है मेरी?
Yeah, you are audible.
नमस्ते सभी को मेरी तरफ से। सबसे पहले महोदय, आप सभी को मेरा नमस्कार। और सबसे पहले जैसा कि आज का हमारा कार्यक्रम है जो लौट कर घर न आए उनके लिए, तो उनके लिए मैं कुछ लाइनें बोलना चाहूँगी, 2 लाइनें बोलना चाहूँगी कि दुश्मन लड़ रहे हैं हम पर राज करने के लिए। दुश्मन लड़ रहे हैं हम पर राज करने के लिए, और हमारे फौजी लड़ रहे हैं खुद पर नाज करने के लिए। इसके बाद अक्सर हम देखते हैं कि लड़कियों के साथ दुष्कर्म, लड़की या लड़का साथ भी दुष्कर्म होता है, बलात्कार होता है, छेड़छाड़ होती है। तो हम इन बातों को अक्सर देखते हैं, सुनते हैं। और लेकिन बहुत बार ऐसा होता है कि सारे जो भी एलिगेशंस, जो भी आरोप लगाए जाते हैं वो गलत होते हैं। हम कहीं पे भी सोशल मीडिया पे या न्यूज़पेपर में कोई खबर पढ़ लेते हैं कि इसके साथ रेप हुआ है, हम सामने वाले को ना अपनी नजरों में ही बलात्कारी बना देते हैं। क्यों सर पर सजाए जाने की कोशिश नहीं करते हैं, और इसकी वजह से कई बार एक निर्दोष को फांसी हो जाती है, उसका करियर, उसकी जिंदगी, उसकी इज्जत सब कुछ चला जाता है। तो इसी धारणा को, इसी सच्चाई को आप सबके साथ कुछ सब रचित पंक्तियों से साफ की जंग में अपराध भी है बढ़ रहा।
Sorry to interrupt.
की जंग में अपराध भी है बढ़ रहा।
Preeti, can you hear me? आप अपना कैमरा ऑफ कर ले, आपका नेटवर्क लैग कर रहा है, आप अपना कैमरा ऑफ कर ले फिर बोले।
ओके। मैं फिर से शुरुआत करना चाहूँगी, सॉरी। इंसाफ की जंग में अपराध भी है बढ़ रहा। इंसाफ की जंग में अपराध भी है बढ़ रहा, समानता की आड़ में पुरुष भी है लड़ रहा। नारियों के मान को बढ़ाना भी जरूरी है, नारियों के मान को बढ़ाना भी जरूरी है, पर मौजूदगी असत्य की बनी पुरुषों की कमजोरी है। न्याय के पीछे अन्याय है पल रहा, न्याय के पीछे अन्याय है पल रहा, समानता की आड़ में पुरुष भी है लड़ रहा। अपराध को मिटाना कानून का धर्म है, अपराध को मिटाना कानून का धर्म है, निर्दोष को जलाना सबसे बड़ा जुर्म है। अंधा कानून सत्य के दिल में है खल रहा, अंधा कानून सत्य के दिल में है खल रहा, समानता की आड़ में पुरुष भी है लड़ रहा। झूठा आरोप वो मर्द पर लगाती है, झूठा आरोप वो मर्द पर लगाती है, निर्दोष एक पुरुष को बलात्कारी बताती है। अपमान का कांटा मासूम के पैर में गड़ रहा, अपमान का कांटा मासूम के पैर में गड़ रहा, समानता की आड़ में पुरुष भी है लड़ रहा। वुमेन कार्ड वो बड़े शौक से खेल गई, वुमेन कार्ड वो बड़े शौक से खेल गई, इज्जत बांटने वाले की इज्जत आज उतर गई। मासूम एक भविष्य, मासूम एक भविष्य जेल की कोठड़ी में सड़ रहा, समानता की आड़ में पुरुष भी है लड़ रहा। आज झूठ के तेजाब ने सुनहरा भविष्य जलाया है, आज झूठ के तेजाब ने सुनहरा भविष्य जलाया है, स्वार्थ भरे समाज ने बेकसूर को कलंक बताया है। बदले की आग में, बदले की आग में हर रोज एक अमन बैसला विष्णु तिवारी कामराज है जल रहा, समानता की आड़ में पुरुष भी है लड़ रहा, समानता की आड़ में पुरुष भी है लड़ रहा। आखिर में मैं यही कहना चाहूंगी कि अगर आप कहीं भी ये सुनते हैं कि किसी के साथ रेप हुआ है, दुष्कर्म हुआ है या छेड़छाड़ हुई है, तो आप एकदम से किसी भी बात को सच ना माने, एक बार सच्चाई जानने की कोशिश करे, कानून को, पुलिस को अपना काम करने दे। ऐसे ही किसी बहुत बार ऐसे किसी को मौका ना दे कि कोई किसी की बेकसूरी को बलात्कारी बना दे। धन्यवाद। जय हिंद, जय भारत।
Thank you, Sumati, for such an amazing words. Now at the time, I would hand over the podium over to our chief guest to tell their experience regarding our session. So over to you, Arvind sir, for sharing your experience of this webinar with us.
You want me to share the experiences of?
Experience of this webinar, sir. Like you have been with us from since beginning. So yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much, beta. I mean, it's been wonderful. You people are so good. This generation is much better than us. You know, it's a Darwin's theory of evolution. We are 30, 40 years ahead. So the evolution has made you people more intelligent. Your brains are better. You think better. You have much more resources than what we had. The energy levels are more. But then everything comes with a baggage. That is what I follow. Anything what you get in life, it comes with a baggage. Nothing is free. All good things have some balancing thing along with it. That is how this our generation did not have all those things which you have as a baggage. So much of information you people can't handle. So many people around. Very easily people start following others without thinking. The social media tool which is there, वो बरगलाते हैं लोगों को, लोग बरगला जाते हैं. The economy is good, the money available is good. So choices are much more, and choice is what gives tension. Choice gives stress. You know, when you had only Premier Padmini and contest and that the ambassador car, I mean, people didn't have to think twice. They just have to buy one car. So if you want a bigger one, buy the ambassador. If you want a smaller one, buy the Padmini. But today, if a family has to buy a car, the enjoyment of the car is lost in deciding which one is to buy. And everybody has a different opinion. And वो बेटे की मान लो तो बेटे मुंह फुला के बैठ जाती है, बेटी की मानो तो बेटा फुला के बैठ जाता है. So the choice gives stress. So you people have a lot of choices to make. But along with it, you have a lot of knowledge and power to make a good choice. So my only thing which I want to tell this generation is you people are blessed. You are today having this webinar, you are blessed. There are millions who are dying of hunger. There are millions that don't have parents. There are millions who have not gone to school. Millions who are dropouts from the school. Millions who are abused right from the childhood itself. So you people are blessed. God has chosen you people to be blessed. But that gives you additional responsibility. Responsibility to make a good society. And society will become with character. So I'll come back to my same thing. Please develop a character. Be honest, be truthful, be strong, and have a character. Let people follow you rather than you following people. Don't believe in these nonsensical things which are happening these days. Okay, don't just follow like that. Study about it, read about it. You will find everything available as in today. I was a student leader myself. I was in a party. I don't know whether I should be telling you, but I was a follower of Lenin and Marx. But the moment I joined the forces, that has gone behind. But I study even today. I study even today. So you have to have something to follow. Somebody says there's nothing wrong or right, you know. It's only the perception. There is wrong, that is why it is right. If the wrong is not there, रावण था तो राम को याद करते हैं हम लोग. रावण नहीं होता तो राम को कौन याद करता? फिर सभी राम होते, एक राम थोड़े मिलता था. So there is a balancing in nature. With every good thing, there is a comparative bad thing. It is circumstantial. Today I say that honesty is good and dishonesty is bad because I'm in a position where I'm earning well and I can run my family. Tomorrow, if God forbid something happens and I'm not able to make my two ends meet, I also might get into some kind of wrong thing. So it is all circumstantial. So kindly follow that character. जो माँ बाप घर में सिखाते हैं, जो टीचर सिखाते हैं, follow a character. You should have a persona of yourself rather than seeing yourself. हमारी एक बड़ी भारी प्रॉब्लम है हिंदुस्तानियों की, हम बहुत जल्दी हीरो बनाते हैं. एक क्रिकेटर एक मैच में 50 रन बनाता है, हम उसको हीरो बना देते हैं, उसकी फोटो चिपका लेते हैं. अगले 2 मैच में 0 बनाता है, हम फाड़ के फेंक देते हैं कि ये तो गधा निकला. ऐसी बात नहीं है. सो हम लोग बहुत जल्दी हीरो बनाते हैं, बहुत जल्दी वर्शिपिंग शुरू कर देते हैं. ऐसा मत करिए, अपना हीरो खुद को बनाइए. यू शुड बी हीरो ऑफ योर सेल्फ. आप अपने कैरेक्टर को मजबूत कीजिए और अपने अपने कैरेक्टर को मजबूत कीजिए. देखना नेशनल कैरेक्टर अपने आप मजबूत हो जाएगा, अपने आप मजबूत हो जाएगा. डोंट पे करप्शन, डोंट डू करप्शन. किसी को दो मत, आप कोई मांगता है मत दो, तकलीफ जरूर होगी. whenever you do good things you have to come out of your comfort zone. I am going in my car, I am overspeeding, the guy comes that you are overspeeding, 500 rupees fine. So by telling ki 100 rupees le bhai jane de. So it is my comfort zone. I don't want to wait there, I don't want to waste 500 bucks. Depends on you, depends on you. So make a character, understand things and put something like abhi वो बच्चा बोल रहा था, I am forgetting his name, that he will give 30% of his pay to the army. We don't need your money, beta. We don't need 30% of your money. We need 100% of your heart. That's what we need. And give me that, and we will take care of it. Okay. So I'm so happy to be with you. I won't miss a chance to speak to you people again. Motivate others, carry people along, and let's make a better India, a better country for the next generation to come. There's a responsibility on us, and we must do that responsibility. Thank you so much. I'm grateful. My nephew, he got me into this, but when he told me that young people are talking, I said, why not? So thanks to Vibhu also for bringing me into this. And whenever you people do again, get me in. I would be much delighted if we can make our topics more focused, so that I can do some homework and give you something objective. So today till end, I did not know what to do. Suddenly I got a shock when I was told to speak, said what to speak. So I gave you the definition of terrorism. That is the best thing to do. So next time we will make a good topic and I'll prepare myself. And I would love to be a guiding light for anybody. And thank you so much. Bye-bye. Take care. Jai Hind.
So first of all, thanks a lot for being with us. Couldn't be more grateful. आपकी प्रेजेंस का ऑल्सो यू सेट सो मेनी थिंग्स एंड आई एम इन डिलेमा किस पॉइंट से स्टार्ट करूं. सो आई वुड जस्ट से सर कि आपकी जितनी एक्सपेक्टेशंस हमसे हैं, हम पूरी कोशिश करेंगे कि एट एवरी पॉइंट हम उसको प्रूव करें. ऑल्सो 10 साल बाद जो इंडिया, 10 क्या 5 ही साल बाद जो आप आने वाले इंडिया है जहाँ पे हमारा कंट्रोल होगा, विल प्रूव कि आपको जहाँ कमियां लगती हैं वहां पे हम सुधार कर सके. सो दैट्स अ प्रॉमिस टू अस. फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल हमारा खुद से प्रॉमिस है आपके लिए, बिकॉज अगर आपने इतना हम सब के लिए किया, सो इन बिहाफ वी कैन गिव यू समथिंग. एट द सेम टाइम बीइंग अ पॉल साइंस ऑनर स्टूडेंट, हाउ कैन आई रेजिस्ट, जो आपने लेनिन और मार्क्सिज्म की बात की, तो उनकी भी अपनी बातें थी, उनकी भी अपनी डिग्निटी थी. तो डेमोक्रेसी की जो आज की डेफिनेशन है, कहीं ना कहीं सर चेंजिंग पेस ऑफ टाइम तो सब चेंज होता है.
Yes.
तो वो करंट वर्ल्ड के साथ हमें जो सिनेरियो रखना पड़ता है. बट एट द टाइम जो 2047 इंडिया का प्लान लोग बात करते हैं, आने वाले 5 years में ही वो इनकलकेट हो जाएगा, एटलीस्ट जो आज का यूथ प्रेजेंट है या इस मीटिंग पे, विद योर ग्रेस, विद योर गाइडेंस. So not taking much of your time, I would like to handle it to Avantika Di. Di, over to you.
Thank you so much, Anushka. And sir, thank you so much for your words. I think यहाँ पर जितने भी यूथ प्रेजेंट है वो आपकी बातों से इंस्पायर हुए होंगे और अपनी लाइफ में चेंज लाना चाहेंगे. और जैसा आप चाहते हैं हमारे जनरेशन को होना, हम कोशिश करेंगे कि हम बिल्कुल जैसी आपकी एक्सपेक्टेशन है उस पे ही खरे उतरे. और इसी के साथ मैं हमारे एक राइटर हैं दीप को, उनको बुलाना चाहूंगी. वो कुछ पंक्तियां बोल रहे हैं आपके लिए. दीप, ओवर टू यू. Deep, can you hear me?
Thank you, ma'am. And first of all, good evening, sir.
Good evening.
आपके एक्सपीरियंसेस, मैं भी एक डिफेंस एस्पिरेंट रहा हूँ. आई हैव बीन टू एसएसबी फॉर 2 times and unfortunately I could not make it, but इट्स हैव बीन अ नाइस एक्सपीरियंस। तो सबसे पहले जो भी मेरे साथी जो भी यहाँ पे हैं, अगर तो उनको मेरा एक सजेशन है कि आप एक बार के लिए ज़रूर एसएसबी जाएं, और वो जो एक्सपीरियंस है, जो 5 दिन का एक्सपीरियंस जो आप वहाँ करोगे, इट्स अ वंडरफुल एक्सपीरियंस। आप रिकमेंड हो या ना हो, दैट्स अ वेरी सेपरेट थिंग, बट जो 5 दिन आप वहाँ बिताते हो वो आपकी ज़िंदगी के सबसे हसीन पल बन जाते हैं। एटलीस्ट मेरे लिए मैंने बिताए हैं। एंड सेकंड थिंग, यहाँ बातें हो रही थी कि पढ़ने की बातें हो रही थी, तो एक बुक में सबको सजेस्ट करना चाहूँगा। शूट डाइव एंड फ्लाई नाम से एक बुक है, रचना सिंह बिष्ट रावत की। उन्होंने आर्मी पर्सनल्स के इंटरव्यू लिए और उनके फिर एक्सपीरियंसेस को अपने शब्दों में उतारा है। मैंने वो पढ़ी, बहुत ही वंडरफुल बुक है, और मैं आप सबको चाहूँगा कि आप वो बुक ज़रूर पढ़ें अगर आप एक जानना चाहते हो कि कैसे डिफेंस पर्सनल्स की ज़िंदगी रहती है। एंड विदाउट वेस्टिंग मच टाइम, आई वुड लाइक टू स्टार्ट। मैंने जो चंद शब्द लिखे हैं मैं उनको आपको सुनाना चाहता हूँ कि देश बहुत हैं दुनिया में, देश बहुत हैं दुनिया में, पर इसके जैसा नहीं जहान में। देश बहुत है दुनिया में, पर इसके जैसा नहीं जहान में। जब जब भी हो जन्म मेरा तो जन्म हो हिंदुस्तान में। जब जब भी हो जन्म मेरा तो जन्म हो हिंदुस्तान में। जाने कितने ही वीरों ने इस देश में जन्म लिया, जाने कितने ही वीरों ने इस देश में जन्म लिया। विश्व पटल पर देश के नाम को खूब रोशन किया। देश सेवा की भावना लिए हर बच्चा पैदा होता है। देश सेवा की भावना लिए हर बच्चा पैदा होता है। सीने पर गोली खाने के लिए हरदम तैयार रहता है। हंसते हंसते जान वार दी, हंसते हंसते जान वार दी जिस देश के जवान ने। जब जब भी हो जन्म मेरा तो जन्म हो हिंदुस्तान में। इतनी खूबियां हैं कि मैं क्या ही करूं बखान। सबको बराबर दर्जा यहाँ, क्या हिंदू मुसलमान। आंख उठाए कोई अगर तो ले लेते हैं जान को। आंख उठाए कोई अगर तो ले लेते हैं जान को। भगवान बराबर माना है हमने हर मेहमान को। वसुदैव कुटुंबकम की रखते धारणा, सिर झुकता तिरंगे के सम्मान में। जब जब भी हो जन्म मेरा तो जन्म हो हिंदुस्तान में। जब जब भी हो जन्म मेरा तो जन्म हो हिंदुस्तान में। बहुत शुक्रिया।
जस्ट अमेजिंग। हिंदी है हम, वतन है हिंदुस्तान। तो जब बातें कर ली बड़ी बड़ी विदेशों की, अलग ही बात है देखो मेरे हिंदुस्तान के इतिहास की। तो दिस इज द लाइन I always stick to, कि when people say about those so-called countries, I am never less to get my country into it and prove it it's number one in all the senses. So now it's the time that we don't want for. Although we were having Shikha ma'am and Ranjit sir with us, who due to lack of time, they could not give us at this time. But this is the time of vote of conclusion. However, I don't want to say see ya to our Arvind sir and all the audience present over here. Yet we need to, because हर चीज का एक अंत आता है. तो with this, I would like to call upon Anant to present the vote of thanks. Anant, over to you.
Yeah, thank you, Anushka. It's the time we don't want to look for. Yes, the time for vote of thanks on the behalf of entire fraternity of the institution. First of all, I extend my sincere thanks to the Almighty God for making today's event a resounding success. With His blessing and grace, we are able to make this event what it was. I extend a really hearty vote of thanks to our chief guest, Major General Arvind Yadav, Mrs. Sika Madam, wife of late General Rohit Kumar Sir, and Major General Ranjit Singh, who spared time from his busiest schedule to grace the occasion. Today we had an opportunity to hear your thoughts, and this will surely be going to encourage us in our future events. Your thoughts have enlightened our minds and have shown us a new path. My gratitude to all the speakers for gracing the occasion and sharing their opinions today. Grateful to Youth Against Injustice Federation for such an incredible collaboration. Looking forward for many such events in future. I hope, sir, you like the organization and we find more sessions with you, sir. Thank you for coming, sir. Over to you, Tanya.
Thank you so much, Anand. Hello, everyone. I am Tanya, volunteer of Youth Against Injustice Foundation. It was such an enlightening event, but unfortunately, we have to end it here. It was a pleasure for us to have you all here. With that note, I would conclude the whole webinar. Rape is such a heinous and obscene crime, but it is important for both the sides to have the sensitivity of the offense. Allegations regarding offenses like rape can't be made at the drop of a hat in order to settle personal scores. For a fight against rape and false rape allegations, Youth Against Injustice Foundation has started a petition, hash Justice for Everyone, in which we have asked for execution for death penalty to the convicted rapists, punishment for female filing fake cases against men, compulsory sex education by experts in all schools, with the target of 1 crore signs on it. I would like to request you all to show maximum support by signing and sharing this petition. Link is provided in the chat box. यूथ अगेंस्ट इंजस्टिस फाउंडेशन एंड रियल पॉलिटिक माइंड्स सलाम करते हैं देश की रक्षा करने वाले हर उस जवान को जिसने देश की हिफाजत में अपनी जान कुर्बान कर दी कि ये बात हवाओं को बताए रखना रोशनी होगी बस चिरागों को जलाए रखना लहू देकर जिसकी हिफाजत उन्होंने की ऐसे तिरंगे को सदा दिल में बसाए रखना जय हिंद जय भारत और इसी के साथ हम आज का कार्यक्रम यहीं समाप्त करते हैं शुक्रिया
Jai Hind, Jai Bharat. Thank you, sir, for being with us throughout the session.
Thank you. Jai Hind.
Jai Hind, sir.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, everyone. Jai Hind.
Thank you, guys. Do fill the feedback form and stay tuned for the upcoming sessions.
Thank you to one and all present over here. Grateful for your presence.